Welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan, bringing you another episode of Debunk Veganism. Try to debunk veganism if you can, if you think you've got the goods. And for those who aren't trying to debunk veganism, this is a forum where you can ask questions about veganism. This is basically an Ask a Vegan Anything. So all goes tonight. So I want to welcome all our regular viewers. I'm getting started a little bit earlier than normal tonight, but why wait around 10 minutes when I'm ready to go? And if you guys are ready, just consider this a bonus extra 10 minutes before the top of the hour. For those of you who aren't familiar, I regularly live stream Fridays Pacific Standard Time at 6 p.m. And I try to get another one in midweek at a random day and time. But yeah, these Fridays are where we try to have our best discussions with the anti-vegans who think they can debunk veganism. They've heard something, they've rationalized something that's just going to debunk the entire enterprise of veganism. So let's get ready for some folks today to take us up on that. And again, if you're a vegan here, not to debunk veganism, fear not, you can still ask any vegan related questions. And if you're not familiar with me, my name is Ryan. I'm part of Happy Healthy Vegan here. I've been doing this since 2013 on YouTube. And I've been vegan since 2010 and pretty much a vegetarian for like 10 years before that. So that's my background. I'm not a medical doctor, not a registered dietitian or anything like that, not a health professional, just someone who's been doing veganism for all that time, 11 plus years, and hasn't had too much troubles despite the entire time having anti-vegans tell me all sorts of horrible things that will inevitably happen to me. They were telling me this 4 years into veganism, 5 years ago, wait till you go another year or two. Here we are, over double that, and everything is fine. I'm still alive and not sick and deficient. In fact, I'm thriving and doing quite well. So anyway, guys, let's see what is up. And let me get a sip of water before we get all started here. Let's see, Shoe Vegan. Do you have a question there, Shoe Vegan? Let's check it out. What should we say when a non-vegan says, everybody has the right to choose what's good for us? Like the person has some weird illness that requires animal protein and fat. Like, what's good for us? Why are they implying that, plant-based diets, vegan diets aren't good for us? I mean, yeah, if they're appropriately planned vegan diets, as the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics says from after reviewing the scientific research, it's a healthy diet. So why would you should ask them, well, yeah, vegan diets are healthy. I mean, what more do you need? It has, if you follow a whole food, plant-based vegan diet, your life expectancy increases approximately 10 years. You're at reduced risk of dying of the most common forms of death, such as heart disease, diabetes, stroke. So exactly why do you need to eat meat and actually eat group 1 and group 2A carcinogens and lower your life expectancy and increase your risk of death? How is that helping you to be healthy? What was that thing you asked? Everybody has the right to choose what's good for us. No, that's not good for you. If their whole basis is that eating meat is good for you, no, the data suggests otherwise. Those who abstain from all animal products live longer lives, live healthier lives, and have lower risks of the leading causes of death. So tell them that argument doesn't really work. I mean, if they want to throw another argument out, that's fine, but that one doesn't work. So hello, everyone. Bow's Kerry, how's it going? Hey, I want to mention, we haven't tried the Lunar New Year stuff at Disney California Adventure yet. But you tried the Kung Pao tofu. Yeah, it's a spicy tofu right down at Paradise Pier Cafe or whatever that place is called. Yeah, we're going to go next week. So if anyone wants to contribute tonight in our super chat tips to our Disney food fund, because you guys know Disney is not the most cheap place to find food, vegan or otherwise. So yeah, if you guys want to leave any super chat tips tonight or donations on Streamlabs, which I have the link to pinned at the top of the group chat there, yeah, feel free. We plan to go get a lot of that next week. But yeah, we're not going to have pizza night tonight, in case you guys are wondering. That was last week. I ate that pizza beforehand at the beginning of the live stream. So no pizza night. Any food donations tonight will go to our Disney food fund. Giovanni, is vegan good for hypothyroidism? Hey, I want to emphasize again, I'm not a medical doctor or health professional of any kind. So that kind of question, I don't have any firsthand knowledge about. Yeah, even though I claim I'm not a medical doctor, as I am, I'm not. If anyone asks a medical question that I have some firsthand experience, like something I've dealt with or Angie's dealt with, I'll share that experience. But yeah, something like hypothyroidism, yeah, I have no experience. If anyone in the chat wants to share any of their experiences, or if they have some knowledge about that, maybe they understand the science of plants and hypothyroidism, feel free to share some information there. Okay, that Kung Pao tofu was delicious. I heard it's nice and like mildly spicy. I'm looking forward to it. Beacon of light. According to veganism, it would be okay to eat an animal that has died naturally. Right. What do you mean by a natural death? Please define that. I mean, the only I thought about this, so you're not throwing a new question out at me, Beacon of Light. I've thought about this. The only situation I can think of is like a roadkill situation. In that situation, yeah, animal. If it's like a wild animal that got hit by a car or something like that, and died, and you found it on the road, I guess technically that wouldn't violate any of the definition of veganism, which again, let's take I'll just repeat it for you. I'm sure I'll show it later to an anti-vegan. It's a way of living and a philosophy which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practicable all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. So the animal's not being exploited. So I guess technically, yeah, the moral, bad moral issues as far as animal exploitation and harm are not involved in roadkill, if that's what you're wondering. That said, yeah, I don't see how anyone could sustain themselves on roadkill. All right, we got our first super chat tip of the day there. Hey, Groundhog List, thank you. Thanks so much for $10 there. That'll pay for almost one of these spicy tofu dishes at California, Disney California Adventure. So thank you there. Yeah, thank you so much. That helps a lot. I wasn't a big feast of season. Their dishes are kind of pricey, but we're gonna eat all throughout the day it's actually Angie's birthday. I mentioned that Angie's birthday is next week. So that's why we're going. Even before we got our SoCal resident passes, we were, going once a year on or around her birthday, courtesy of free passes we'd get every year about now from my friend John, who works there. Yeah, northbound. Yeah, you're entitled to eat as much roadkill as you want. But the thing is, if you're vegan and you find animal exploitation to be immoral and wrong, that's what veganism is all about, you don't eat meat. So even if you found roadkill, you wouldn't go, yeah, finally I can satisfy that lingering urge to eat meat that I've been just so diligently resisting to act upon. No, most vegans I know, like 99.9% of us, find meat to be gross. Like the look of meat, the sight of meat, the smell of meat, the whole thing. It's not like we're using willpower to avoid it. No, quite to the opposite. It's like when I see poo, I don't look at poo on the ground. I go, ooh, tasty. It's like when I smell meat at a bar or something like that, when I'm passing by, I don't go, tasty. I go, gross, just like poo. Beacon of Light. Yeah, thanks for answering. Lots of people are confused about veganism and plant-based. Yeah, it's veganism is a moral philosophy. Like I just said about a minute ago, philosophy. It's, about, where you take a moral stance against the immorality, sorry to use that word twice, of animal cruelty to animals, exploiting animals. And vegans, therefore, need to eat something. We just don't starve ourselves. We eat just plants and fungi. But yeah, we don't eat animal products. So yeah, you can eat only just plants. I mean, there's people who eat plants and they don't give a crap about animals, and that's plant-based. So you can, do it for other reasons. You could eat plants because of your doctor told you to. And you still go hunting because you still love hunting. And you eat technically a vegan diet, but you're not a vegan because you don't give a crap about the animals. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion. Yeah, vegans eat a vegan diet, but other people might eat a quote-unquote vegan diet who are not vegans. We just eat it because we have to. There's no other option. Oscar, why do I eat faux meat? I don't eat much faux meat, bro. If you have our book here, Oscar, you're not going to find any faux meat here. So, yeah, I mean, we'll eat it once in a blue moon. And, it's just something, it's an option. I mean, the thing is, when you eat like a faux meat, and in the old days, I'm used to like a black bean patty, not like an Impossible Burger. But anyway, it doesn't really, it's not exactly like meat. You know what I'm saying? It's not like lab grown meat or something like that, which is exactly like meat. It just might be reminiscent of meat or something like that. But anyway, Oscar, that's it. Yeah, vegans can eat them if they want, but it's not necessary to fulfill an unsatisfied urge or desire to eat dead animal bits. It's just basically maybe so you can just go out with your friends. Like, hey, let's go to this place. They have veggie burgers and your dead meat burgers, and we can all go, and you don't have to like be all weird around me or anything like that. It fulfills many like pragmatic social needs for people. But yeah, I have a fake meat once in a while, but it's not that common. It's pretty rare. Yeah, good point, Bauhaus. Yeah, if you love meat so much, why are most meat eaters forced to season their plants with bread in it and like, other little plant spices to make it taste good? Just asking. If meat's so freaking bitchin', huh? Yeah, Tin Man, great answer about addressing Oscar's question there. We enjoy mock meat because we want to. It's hurting no one. It violates no moral, ethical principles to eat a burger made out of like black beans or pea protein or whatever they're made out of these days. So yeah, it's just because you want to. Like the only restriction vegans have is to avoid products made inherently out of cruelty, like harming and exploiting animals. So if you eat a Beyond Burger or a hippie, old school hippie burger, no, it's fine. It's morally fine. Hey, good evening, mi comunidad vegana. Beacon of Light, do I think plant-based is the human's natural way of eating? I don't like to get into those kinds of arguments, Beacon of Light, because those just seem to, like, people can argue all you want and have no definitive answer. Another reason, it gets into this kind of this idea of what I call, but it's known as the appeal to nature fallacy. Just because something was or is done in nature or is the natural way of doing things or however you want to phrase it, doesn't mean it's the right way or the moral way or the way we ought to be doing things. So I just kind of avoid that discussion. All we know is that we know from science that vegan diets, 100% animal product-free diets are, assuming they're appropriately planned, you're not doing something ridiculous like excluding all food groups like legumes and cooked food and stuff like that, assuming you're not eating some bizarre, extreme, restrictive version of veganism, these vegan diets are nutritionally adequate. Again, that's not my opinion. That's the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Oscar. Angie and I like the old hippie burgers, which I'm describing there, over like Impossible or Beyond Burgers, which we have very, very rarely. We have them once in a while, but I can't remember the last time I had Impossible Burger. I think I had some seitan, like kind of chickeny burger the other day, but not a burger, like a sandwich, but it wasn't meant to like look like a chicken or anything like that. Anyway. Hey, Daniel, happy Friday to you too, Daniel. Thanks for joining. Wow, Vegan Pam, what happened? You got timed out by Streamlabs for a second? Let's see what your deleted message is. Are you serious, Pam? I don't know how to approve your message there, but Vegan Pam said, my son-in-law is gay and says he can't be vegan. Why is that? Is he messing with you? Yeah, he's just making up a dumb excuse there, Pam. There's no reason why a person's sexual orientation or sexual persuasion or anything like that has anything to do if they can eat a diet of all plants. He's just pooing in his hand and throwing it on the wall. There's nothing to it. I mean, there's gay vegans, there's straight vegans, there's bi vegans, there's across the whole LGBTQ rainbow, you'll find vegans. So yeah, he's just messing with you, Vegan Pam. He's just making up an excuse, thinking, "Ooh, don't, I'm gay. Don't mess with that," kind of thing. Like, no, that's no reason at all. That's ridiculous. I know many long-term vegans who are not straight. Ridiculous. Hey, Groovy Lisa, what is up? What's this? Surref 2010. Bill Gates owns Beyond Meat? No, he doesn't. He might have made an investment, I thought, in his early days, but he's not the owner or anything like that. But anyway, what's the point? HHV likes all the shills, so no issue there. What are you talking about? I like all the shills. Please tell me, what evidence do you ever have of me standing Bill Gates? I mean, if you look around my entire studio here, I don't own anything made by Microsoft. I don't have any hardware, software, so you're gonna have a hard time. I don't even have an Xbox. I have an old PlayStation 2 and 3. So where's this thing about Bill Gates owns Beyond Meat, which he doesn't? HHV loves shills like Bill Gates. So what the hell are you talking about, Serif? What are you who are these shills that I like? Your Bill Gates one makes no sense. How could I be a fan of Bill Gates if I have no support of him whatsoever? Ridiculous. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize your name there. Okay, you are on a different account, I take it. Anyway. No one's got deleted yet. What did Fu Man say? Fu Man sometimes gets caught by our bot there. I'm more of a Steve Jobs fan. You know, at least he went to India and took LSD and stuff. And you know, I mean, I'm not making him out to be a great person, but I agree with the aesthetic and philosophy of Steve Jobs over Bill Gates. That's just my thing. If you like Bill Gates's thing, totally cool. I'm not saying you're a bad person, but I just have Apple hardware and software. Fu Man, I don't know what you did. I don't know what you did, Fu Man. You did something to trip up Streamlabs. So my apologies if you didn't do anything, but you may have just used a word that Streamlabs has in its database to be wary of. That's my guess. Okay. Oh, okay. Don't worry, be happy is has experimented and thinks it got rid of use of the word gay. I honestly, to be honest, I could have very well put that into Streamlabs like a year or two ago when I got set up on there. I was just thinking it asked for like keywords, and I'm thinking, okay, normally in a discussion about veganism, the word gay typically doesn't get brought up in a neutral or positive way. It's usually a hater, an anti-vegan trying to use some kind of homophobic slurs against me or vegans or something like that. So I think I may have put it in there a long time ago. So that's my bad. So yeah, for right now, yeah, just I could take it out at a point in time, but I'll detract from, you know, I'll have to leave the live stream for like a minute or so. So anyway, that's probably it. I'll check it out. What do you guys think? Should I leave that word in there to be caught by Streamlabs, or should I remove it? Let me know. Like, keep or remove. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, Meme. Did I just miss your tip there, Meme? Meme, thank you for your super chat tip. And again, thank you guys, both Groundhog, 11ish, and Meme for using the link I pasted up top, that's pinned up top there, at the top of the chat, to Streamlabs, where they don't take a cut of the super chat tips. They don't take a cut from the creators. Unlike YouTube, you know, one of the most powerful, rich corporations in the world, they take a pretty healthy percent, like 30 or 40%. Streamlabs takes nothing. So thanks so much, guys. So Meme wants to know, why doesn't Vegan Gains mention Durian Rider? Probably the same reasons I don't mention Durian Rider. I haven't watched his content since maybe 2016 or something like that, and just kind of got turned off by his attacks. He's, you know, on physical ones on people, and the bullying attacks he's done, such as on people like myself, you know, just making a bunch of narcissistic crap, gaslight bullshit up. So yeah, I'm not friends with people like that, so that could be why we don't mention him. I can't speak for Vegan Gains. I'm just speaking for myself. They're gonna have to ask Vegan Gains that, and I'm sure his answer is going to be somewhere in the ballpark of mine. Also, what's my favorite vegan smoothie recipe? Just what I put in my smoothie every day, about 8 bananas, and usually some blueberries or strawberries, and I'll mix in my Clean Machine Green Protein, you know, which is duckweed. It's a whole food plant, in case you're wondering. And now I've been putting in like a heaping tablespoon of ground flaxseed. I've been doing that for maybe 5-6 months or so. Yeah, Leah, is Darren Ryder even a thing anymore? Is he even online? I don't know. For all I know, he hasn't made a video in 6 years. I really honestly don't know, and honestly don't care. You know, I mean, fine. If he's online, great. If he's not, great. Whatever, you know? Are oysters vegan? They are a class of creature known as bivalves. So yeah, they, unlike mammals, which have brains and central nervous systems, bivalves, for the most part, have different machinery in there. Instead of having a central nervous system, which means connected to a brain, they have nervous systems. So therefore, who knows? Do they feel pain? Can something that has only a nervous system rather than a central nervous system feel pain? I don't know. I'm not a biologist, but yes, I saw someone say here, you know, if you're not sure, don't eat it. And here's the whole point, though. This whole bivalves thing. It's not like bivalves contain some essential nutrient which humans must eat, without which we'd become deficient and ill and sick and dying and all that stuff. No, there's basically no compelling reason to eat a bivalve for. Like, why? Why would you eat a bivalve for? What do you need from it? In fact, bivalves are typically like absorbers and collectors of pollution in our ocean waters. They like act as a filter of sorts. So there's really no compelling reason to eat bivalves, and considering there's a pretty decent chance that they have some kind of experience of pain and suffering. So why eat them? Why harm a creature that maybe does 50 feel pain, but definitely there's no compelling nutritional reason to consume them. I haven't had a bivalve in like well over a decade, and I'm not sick and deficient yet. So that's the oyster argument there. Yeah, Heidi never had an oyster before in her entire life, and she's apparently alive enough to type right now. So yeah, you don't need to eat bivalves. There's no essential nutrient in bivalves. In fact, there's probably more negatives than any positives that you might be able to mention. Let's see, Kareem, do I feel dehydrated after eating a baked potato or cooked potato? No more so than eating any other food whatsoever. You said you have chronic constipation and wonder how to improve your condition. Thanks. Bananas. I'm not a medical doctor, okay? I'm not a medical doctor, health professional, as I said at the top of the show, but I will relate my personal experiences and eat ripe bananas. If you're eating bananas that are not only yellow, but they're starting to get brown spots on them, that's my favorite time to put them in the smoothies. And hopefully you're not giving too much information here. I poop easily 2-3 times a day, no problem. Ripe bananas are your friend if you have constipation. I don't think potatoes have any positive or negative effects with regards to constipation, from what I've noticed personally. But yeah, ripe bananas. Green bananas, on the other hand, can add to constipation, but just have some ripe bananas regularly. Every day, have a few ripe bananas every day, and see how that goes for your constipation. Again, not giving medical advice, but I'm asking you to give that a shot if you're curious and see how that goes. Okay, Leah made it to 55 without ever consuming an oyster. So there you go. Yeah, you don't need to eat oysters, beacon of light. But yeah, interesting thought question, thought experiment. But yeah, no, as far as practical life though goes, you don't need to eat oysters. Oscar, if smoothies weren't healthy, I'm like, what would be unhealthy about smoothies, Oscar? Just curious, like, do they cause disease or something like that? You think blended fruits aren't as healthy? Like, what's wrong with a smoothie? Just curious. I'm just curious what your thoughts are, and as to why you think that. Hey, the God, doing all right. Hey, Peter, yeah, I remember you said you're going to do some activism tonight, right? Yeah, we were just talking about the oysters and bivalves a second ago. Yeah, you didn't miss anything, Peter. But yeah, if you got some street activism to do tonight, go for it. Yeah, I think we're all right here. Marcelo, now I haven't watched any new vegan documentaries. If you're asking if I've seen a particular one. Hey, Sarah Smith, how's it going? Hey, Uncle Walt, good to see Uncle Walt too. And it's totally safe in here, Sarah. We haven't had any anti-vegans yet. Despite my title and everything, I'm surprised the anti-vegans have not showed up tonight. Maybe I've scared them off. I don't know. Hey, Kristen. Yes. Yes. Have you guys watched those videos of the little baby abandoned black kitten that we found under our house, under our bed one morning, and spent several weeks taming it, getting it to trust us, and finally getting a home for it. So watch the whole 4-part series. We just released the final episode, like 3 days ago or so on our channel. So check that out. Glad you like that, Kristen. You're worried about blending fruits turns it into free sugar. Does it do that? From what I understand, juicing does that. Because the pulp is separated from everything else. But when you blend, when you make smoothies, you don't have this separated pulp that you just get and throw away or anything like that. So that's my understanding of it. Once you see the pulp gone, then you might have more issues with there being like just like a whole food kind of separated sugar molecule. Again, I'm not a nutritionist or medical doctor, but that's my understanding of it. Let me know if anyone knows I'm right or wrong. Yeah, they're totally different, Jesse. Totally different animals there. Uncle Walt, no, we haven't seen the cat since. No, we'd like to. We really would. And his new home isn't terribly far away, maybe like 30, 45 minutes away from here. I don't know how it'll be. I don't know if it'll be too emotional or what, but I think we really want to see him sometime for sure. Yeah, Jesse 12string, you still get the fiber when you make smoothies. It's when you juice and you see all the pulp thrown away, then you're losing all the fiber. Okay, trapped in matrix. Yes, blending fruits breaks up the fiber so you absorb more sugars. Okay, breaks up the fiber, but it's not gone. Okay, so mindful. Yeah, Ryan's right. Juicing more wood to avoid. Okay, that's totally fine, Oscar. If you want to eat fruit as is, I'm sure it's probably a little better. Yeah, probably so. But I love smoothies, and it's just a great way for me to not only get a bunch of calories in the morning after my workouts, but a way to blend in the Clean Machine Green Protein, the duckweed. I don't think it was ever intended to be drink as a whole, like mix it into water. That sounds kind of gross. But yeah, put in a smoothie, put in some ground flax seeds. It's the freaking nutritional powerhouse of a breakfast. Graven babies, how you doing there? It's cold here in California too for me. Not as bad as you East Coasters, but I got a little hoodie on today. What's the temperature out your way, Graven babies? Yeah, there's probably no need to avoid smoothies unless you have a particular diagnosed medical condition where your doctor or health professional has advised you to do so. But I think my guess here is a non-medical professional, for regular healthy people with no known conditions like that I haven't heard of any reason why you should avoid having smoothies. Juicing, yeah, maybe. Smoothies, way less of a problem. Hey, Sneed, how's it going there? Let's see your super chat tip there. Could I collab with Vegan Gains again? Who do you think would win a fight between Vegan Gains and Straight Veg? Well, Straight Veg, as far as I know, isn't a trained fighter. I thought Richard was taking some fighting lessons or something like that. And he's bigger. He's closer to my height. And Straight Veg is, maybe 5'7" or 8" or something like that. Could I collab with Vegan Gains again? I don't know. I'm kind of wary of doing collaborations with people who are more kind of extreme like that. And I don't mean that word in a necessarily negative way, but people associate you with the people that you've appeared in videos with. Oh, you did videos with that guy that says he wants to kill all the babies or whatever. You did a video with that guy that said he wants to hunt all the lions and tigers and eagles and stuff like that. So no, I'm just kind of keep doing what I've been doing, is really just kind of doing this me and Angie thing, happy, healthy vegan, and just promoting veganism in general. Hey, Patrick Kavanaugh. Hey, how's it going, Patrick? How's the book going? I sent you the book a couple weeks ago, right? How is the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook going for you, Patrick? And let me know if you made anything out of it. trapped in the matrix. Vegan Game said he took a few classes when he spoke to that anti-vegan Butterfield. What kind of classes? Classes in what? Kind of curious now. Hey, oh, cool. Let's see. Shannon, your friend tells you that eating fruit, which is a whole food plant, it's not a like sugar, like separated out from the pulp and fiber. It's all bound together with all the micro and macronutrients and everything all together and vitamins. Your friend is telling you that eating sweet fruits is the same as eating sugar. No, it's totally false. It's completely false. Eating the molecule of sugar, which has been ripped out of its natural package of nutrients and fiber, like ripping it out of sugar cane or whatever, or corn, is not the same as eating a banana. That's just ridiculous. No, they're just misunderstanding how food is. And again, I'm not a professional, health professional or anything like that, but it's well known. Now, if you eat whole foods, like you have the whole fiber, all the package that nature put in there, as opposed to just taking a spoonful of sugar. Are you serious? No, they're not even close. And to state that is complete. Either they're lying intentionally or they're repeating bullshit misinformation that they heard somewhere on the internet, or from someone who heard something dumb on the internet. No, it's completely false. Yeah, sugar with yeah. How can eating sugar be the same as eating a banana? I mean, really, what medical doctors, are really saying, or health professionals are saying, don't eat bananas, because it's like eating table sugar. Don't eat fruit, by the way. Just eat a bunch of meat, Shannon, so thanks for answering your question. I thought so, but they said I would eat too much. Too much? What is too much? I mean, I eat roughly 8 bananas a day, and I've been doing that for 8 or 9 years. And look at my blood test. I'm not diabetic or pre-diabetic. I'm not obese. I'm not even overweight or anything. I have a super healthy body mass index. So they say so what? What if you eat too much? You'd eat what I eat, 8 bananas a day maybe, and that doesn't do a body bad, let's say, health wise, weight wise, or anything like that. Oh, Tree. Thanks for your super chat tip there, Tree. What's that? Thoughts on Dr. Greger's latest book about how to avoid a pandemic. I haven't seen it yet. Anyone can send me a copy or hook me up with Dr. Greger to get a copy of his book? No, I haven't checked it. I'd like to check it out. Oscar, how are my triglycerides? Well, maybe if you haven't seen my blood test videos, I'll send you a link to them right now, but I will tell you. But anyway, I'll put a link down in the chat first, so you can watch them at your leisure, either now or after the conclusion of the live stream. But I will tell you that before going vegan, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I had whatever the reference range was for triglycerides when I got my blood labs before I went vegan. They were over the reference range. My doctor's saying, hey, watch your triglycerides. I go, what am I supposed to do differently? Anyway, bottom line is, ever since I've been vegan, and oops, sorry, I'm missing something here. Ever since I've been vegan and been getting my blood tests, my triglycerides have always been within the reference range. They have never been above or below the reference range. 100% of the time within the reference range. But again, to repeat, before going vegan, in my 20s and 30s, remember I went vegan in my 40s, my triglycerides pretty much on every blood test were above the reference range. So somehow, going vegan, eating all these plants, eating all these sugars, my triglycerides have improved. And same with my LDL cholesterols too. My whole lipid panel is better as a vegan. A 54-year-old vegan, or I got it last year, my lipid panels are better as a 53-year-old vegan compared to, say, when I was in my early 30s non-vegan. Whose lipid panels improve from their 30s to their 50s? It's pretty freaking rare. All right, so what I missed there? Okay, Oscar, you'll check it out. Cool, yeah, check them out. You can see many years of vegan blood tests. In fact, I do show that one of those blood tests I got in my 30s, where it was just the lipid panel, but you can see the lipid panel was way worse before going vegan. Let's see, what's that? The God, do I miss high school? That was a long time ago, so no, I don't really miss it too much. Anything epic you did during then, or do you remember walking through the hallways? I remember high school, but I don't remember anything awesome happen in high school. No, it was all right. You know, I was just kind of in this weird group. I wasn't one of the jocks, but I wasn't one of the nerds either. I was just kind of like on the outside. I was like a skater, surfer, musician guy. I just kind of did my own thing, just kind of waited for school to be over so I can go and do my own thing after school. So that was my thing there. Oh, I just saw a super chat tip there from Killboy. Thank you. Would I become a vampire? Hell yeah. If I could do it totally vegan and not kill people, hell yeah. No, I don't think so. I actually thought about this before, seriously. And I think being a vampire would actually drive me nuts, because I'm already noticing now in just non-vampire life here as a human, certain things that just kind of happen to me all the time. I go, God, if this were to happen for all of eternity, I would just lose my mind. I jokingly refer to these things that happen all the time and bug me to no end. I call them vampire things. You know, because this kind of thing, if I were a vampire, I wouldn't like it at all. So I don't know. I'd have to think about it. If I could be a vampire and not have all these vampire things happen to me, I might do it. If I could do it vegan-wise. Yeah, wholly vegan. Yeah, if I could be a vegan vampire. Oh, we have a non-vegan here. Let me see if I can find this not a vegan person. Where is this not vegan person? Where are they? Do we have someone here, guys? Do we finally have our first non or anti-vegan here? Hey, if someone is finally here to try to debunk veganism, I've been waiting for you. So ask a question to me down below here. I'll keep an eye out for some not a vegan person or something like that. So if you have a question or you think you want to debunk veganism, go for it. I invite you. I invite you to present your argument. Oh, Kareem. Hey, I'm not a dental hygienist or anything like that, but I just avoid dates altogether. I make some exceptions for very moist dates, like freshly picked dates. You know, at least the ones I can get are very moist, so they don't stick to your teeth as much. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. If what you're talking about, soaking dates would make them any less sticky as far as sticking to your teeth and causing problems. Don't know. Let's see. Am I missing some questions here? Huh. Is there a non-vegan here right now? I want to see if there is. You wonder what God wants to know what life was like back then as a high school kid in the 70s. I was in high school in the 80s. I'm not quite that old yet, but I went to middle school in the 70s. It was cool. Just people had longer hair, you know, like this and longer, you know, as opposed to like all shaved like Joe Rogan or stuff like that. That was it. Shorts were a little shorter. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like the same as now, just those little differences. People are still the same though. Well, Fu Man Poo, where'd you go to high school at? Shannon, you could tell your sister that soy doesn't give you cancer. In fact, if anything's been associated dairy-wise with like female cancers, like say like breast cancers, it's not soy milk, it's dairy milk. So no, she's got it completely wrong. Like, please, I'd love to see any science that shows if you drink soy milk, you're at higher risk of cancer. But I can produce. It's pretty not too hard to dig up studies that show that dairy a correlation between dairy intake and breast cancers. So no, she's wrong there too. Your sister is just, where is she hearing all this crap from? That is just sad. Pomona. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know about Pomona. Yeah. Yes. I have a few friends that live out in the Pomona area. Go and visit them sometimes. Yeah, soy actually, I don't know if it fights cancer, but has a protective effect against cancer compared to dairy, cow dairy. So yeah, her sister's wrong. She really is truly concerned about like breast cancer. She shouldn't be drinking milk. She should be drinking some kind of plant milk. And tell her, okay, say she just hates soy milk. Well, that's just like one of like a dozen plus plant-based milks. Have her try almond milk or rice milk or oat milk, which has been my favorite lately. So yeah, tell her, yeah, soy milk sucks. Have some almond milk or have some rice or oat milk. Wow, Sarah, I didn't know you have families from OG Whittier. That's out here out in the San Gabriel Valley area too. Yeah, I kind of grew up in not too far from that area too. Yeah, OG from like the 1900s. Wow, do you guys have like streets named after you there maybe? Okay, do we have anti-vegan here or not? How come there seems to be some Northbound is saying that God has threatened your life on live streams. Okay, I don't see any lives being threatened here. So, the God is behaving perfectly fine here. So, if you have an issue though with something, talk to me, but don't accuse people of threatening your life, please. Okay, Beacon of Light is our anti-vegan. Your comment keeps getting lost. So what Beacon of Light? Okay, I'm kind of missing your oh, you're talking about vegan gains. Okay. That's why I don't like to associate with people like him. I'm not dissing. I'm just speaking objectively here, as honest as I can. He does do some pretty like just kind of like weird things like that sometimes. So yeah, I don't want to say how come you associate with a guy who's like threatening people's lives or threatening babies or whatever. So yeah, just kind of stay away from that. I don't need any more drama. If you're a vegan YouTuber, you get enough drama thrown your way. So I try to minimize the drama. Beacon of Light, if you have a question or an issue with veganism, ask me. Don't fight with everyone in my live stream feed here in the comments, please. Yeah, Beacon of Light, ask me, ask away. If you have some issue about veganism, throw it at me. That's why I titled this, Debunked Veganism in front of me. So please, I will await your message here. Fu Manpu, I get your reference there. You're talking about Cortez the Killer. That's a cool song. Beacon of Light, ask again. It's hard for me. Some people say I should be able to keep a live stream together with 100 odd viewers, but I have trouble. So yeah, just ask it again, Beacon of Light. Humor me. Again, this is my live stream, so I'm the person you'll want to talk to ultimately. And I'm asking you very politely, just ask your question right now to me. I want to see it. I want to see what your anti-vegan sort of related question is, and I will do my best to honestly try to understand it and answer it. Okay. Or maybe someone could paste Beacon of Light's question and just put it in quotes and say this is what Beacon said or something like that. If someone could help me out here, that would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, it's funny how Joe Rogan's being called out for misinformation finally. I've been doing this for years, guys. I mean, how many videos over how many years have I made calling out Joe Rogan specifically? I showed his quotes, him saying this crap about like veganism and how veganism is unhealthy and you have to eat meat and all this crap. Veganism makes you feminine and how he thinks he's all manly yet he has no testosterone and all this. I mean, I've been calling him out for years. He's just been a beacon of misinformation all this time. So anyway, Cal Worthington, no, that's not Whittier. That's more out here. Let's see. So hopefully we'll see Beacon of Light's question for me. Let's see. Vegan Girl Scout cookies. We just ordered some from our little niece or niece. Just the other day, we ordered some. I don't know if they're the new ones, but they are. I think it's a mint one. That's funny, Shu. I like anti-vegans because it's so easy to refute them. I just am genuinely entertained by it's typically like I perceive as like just complete nonsense coming from them, but I'll listen. All right, okay, here's Beacon of Light. So according to studies, veganism has been proven to be one of the healthiest diets. Okay. Nonetheless, from what I know, these studies are done by people reporting what they eat themselves. Also, okay, so he doesn't trust the science of veganism. Again, veganism is a moral philosophy. I'm going to just stop you right. You can keep going on, Beacon of Light, but veganism is a moral philosophy. It's not a diet. I mean, you, like I said earlier, you can follow a quote-unquote vegan diet and not be a vegan. Maybe your doctor forced you onto it, or you heard it was good for the environment or something like that. But yeah, veganism is a moral philosophy. So are you just talking about vegan diets? Because yeah, veganism, there's no really studies on veganism. You can't research a moral stance against cruelty. I mean, I guess you can, but you know, it's kind of pointless. But so you're saying you just don't trust the studies because they didn't have like I mean, there are I mean, you should talk to someone who's more on top of the studies than me, because yeah, there are different study types. There are like questionnaire studies. There are clinical studies where they actually keep people, you know, for a certain amount of time. Yeah, there's many different ways to study people. And from what I understand, there's been studies of all the different categories of, you know, questionnaire, clinical trials, so on and so forth. So just because not every study's been a clinical trial doesn't mean that the questionnaire studies are false. Basically, you want to see if there's a consensus, an agreement between the trials / epidemiological surveys and the clinical trials, and see if they're kind of saying the same thing. And from what I've seen, yes, they're pretty much saying the same sort of thing, that, you know, eating plants lowers your risk of dying or of one of the most, you know, of like, you know, heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and or just getting diseases related to those things. So anyway, let me see what you got going on here. I didn't catch Joe. Is Joe saying vegan diets are worse for the environment? Like, based on what, Joe? I mean, what do you think animals are eating? Yeah, I mean, there's a few, like a percent of the human population that eats like free range animals, but like 99.9% of animals are fed plants. So if they're really concerned about the environmental devastation of plants, well, stop feeding all these animals plants and let them wander. But you can't, because there's not enough earth for that. So it's just complete nonsense. Well, Beacon of Light, here's what you need to do. I'll give you the abstract, and you can search for the entire study. I wish I had it ready beforehand here for you. But I'll give you the abstract for the official position paper of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Maybe you can Google the study title, like Position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and type in like full paper or PDF, because there are over 100 scientific references that they're referring to here, that vegan diets are healthy. They're just not making this crap up. You should find a combination of clinical trials, a combination of questionnaire studies, and meta-analyses, the whole shebang, the whole package of different research methods there. And yeah, check it out. If you think that they went wrong somewhere in their analysis here, again, this is a position paper based on analyzing the current and even more in the past, just relevant scientific research relating to plant-based diets and their health effects. And it's looking pretty good. And furthermore, I'm not a scientific study. I'm just one dude. But I've been doing it for over 11 years now, and I pasted my blood test links there for Oscar. Hopefully you can have a look at them too. I want to put this out there to you Beacon of Light. Again, I'm just a control study of, I'm just a group of, one study here. I'm joking, it's not a study, but most people that are in their 50s are on multiple pharmaceutical prescription drugs to treat the ailments of their non-vegan diets. Like to treat their like blood pressure, diabetes, and other conditions that arose from their diet and lifestyle choices. Guess how many pharmaceutical prescription drugs I'm on, Beacon of Light? Just take a guess. And again, I put my blood tests out there. How many people in their 50s actually have better labs now than they did in their 30s. So I'm saying the scientific evidence points to appropriately planned vegan diets being nutritionally adequate and healthy for all people in all stages of life. Secondly, my own personal experience, both through getting my blood tested pretty regularly, like every 18 months, ever since I've been vegan, basically. My athleticism. So if it were unhealthy, beacon of light, why has it not manifested on me or pretty much anyone else I know? The science says if you're eating an appropriately planned vegan diet, you're going to get all the nutrients you need. You'll be healthy. How come? Am I just some lucky miracle of the heavens? The deficiencies haven't struck me yet, and I'm on no medication. Just kind of curious. Okay, Brock, thanks. The PCRM, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, also has some good random clinical trials, RCTs, comparing a vegan diet versus other diets. So backing up what I said, there's all types of research, questionnaire, surveys, clinical trials, and meta-analyses are all there. All these different research methods have been utilized to study plant-based diets. What's that, Uncle? A Boy Scout told you he thought it was funny to show a newbie poison ivy to use as toilet paper in the woods. How did that? That seems kind of random, Uncle Walt. What's going on there? I'm not sure what So Mindful said to you, Beacon of Light, but losing weight isn't necessarily a sign of health. In fact, losing weight, especially rapidly, is not a sign of something good happening with one's body. But maybe So Mindful pointed out the fact, and this is a fact, we can show this, that in the Seventh-day Adventist health studies, they compared amongst the Seventh-day Adventists cohort, meaning they follow the same, they're in the same social group, they live a similar healthy lifestyle, but they're not all vegan. Some are meat eaters, some are vegetarians, some are vegan. The whole gamut is there. And basically, they found that only the vegans had healthy BMIs, body mass indexes, and who were the most overweight? The ones that ate the most meat. So typically, for your average person, since 2 out of 3 North Americans and probably Europeans as well are overweight or obese, your average person probably would benefit from losing a few pounds. But yeah, you're right, So Mindful. Yeah, some people have healthy body weight, such as myself, and losing weight really wouldn't necessarily be regarded as a healthy outcome or a healthy thing or something like that. But I'm just saying, you haven't disproved So's point there. I'm just saying, yeah, it depends where you're at with your weight and your health, if losing weight is a good or bad thing. For most people, it's probably a good thing. For a lot of us vegans, we probably don't need to lose much weight if you've been doing it a long time. So what's So Mindful's problem with that? If after having lost the weight, as I did, I used to weigh like 230 pounds and acquire a normal weight, which I have now, and they keep losing weight after that. No, you don't keep losing weight after that. If you have excess pounds, let me put this really clearly for you, So Mindful. This has happened to so many people, myself included. I wish Tracy, our moderator, was on right now. It happened to her and her husband. We were all overweight at some point in our past. We all switched to a vegan diet, pretty much whole food based, whole food type of vegan diet rather than eating a bunch of Beyond Burgers, something like that. And we've all gradually over time gotten to healthy body weights and maintained them. It just happened over time. We didn't lose 50 pounds in a week or a month or something like that. It happens healthily over time. And pretty much all doctors I've talked to, health experts agree. If you're going to lose weight in a healthy way, the way to do it is to do it gradually over time. So what's your problem? You don't understand how you maintain it? It just happens. Once you reach a nice healthy body weight, like say as I have, I'm pretty much stuck at 193, 194 forever now. That's where I've been at for the past 3 years. I mean, I'll go a little bit below, a little bit above, but that's pretty much my weight every time I weigh myself here. Yeah, Tracy, vegans that never talk about animal welfare, the immorality of harming animals and exploiting animals. Yeah, that's not vegan. They're following a vegan diet, which is fine, but that's not the same as being a vegan. Being vegan means, yeah, you understand it's wrong. It's morally wrong to harm and exploit animals. And therefore, there's only one thing left to eat: plants. Yeah, maybe welfare is the wrong word, Travis. It's just about, it's taking a moral stance against humanity's normalcy, normalization of exploiting and harming animals. Saying that's just something we have to do. Like, no, we don't have to do that. We can eat freaking plants and be healthy as F. So stop raising all these freaking animals for slaughter, bringing them to existence needlessly so you can kill them. Dank, what about B12? What's your question? Have we ever heard of it? Like, what is it? Yeah, Graven, I'm with you. I'm vegan for animals, not diet, not weight loss or anything like that. It just so happens, if you want to, you can construct a vegan diet to be pretty freaking healthy for you. You don't have to. You can be a, junk food vegan if you like. Totally cool. I'm not going to diss you and say you're a fake vegan or doing it wrong or something like that. Hey, thank you, Meme, for your super chat tip there. Much appreciated. Vegetable police, beacon of light, oh my god. Vegetable police lost most of his muscle right after stopping a carnivore diet. Well, don't you know there's other factors besides just diet? I mean, do you want to see the muscle mass I increased as a vegan in his 50s? Let's put this in perspective. For most of my time, as you guys long-term viewers know, I was doing my YouTube channel. I was training more for endurance sports like running, distance running, not sprinting, but endurance running. And then I switched back over to one of my first sports, basketball, and I had no muscle mass. I didn't lift weights for like 10 years or anything like that. I had nothing. And then guess what? I went from having absolutely pretty much no muscles because I didn't train for muscles, and quite easily, put on some muscles here. And I'm not even trying to bodybuild, is what I'm trying to point out to you here too. I've never bodybuilt. I don't even know what bodybuilding is. I wouldn't know how to go about doing it. I'm training for basketball. So if I don't know what Vegetable Police was doing. Maybe he just stopped working out too when he stopped carnivore. I don't know, but I put on tons of muscle as a vegan, and I'm old as F too. He's probably in his 20s or 30s. This is me at 54 years old here. But yeah, I'm training for basketball, so I could do stuff like let's see, what do I got here? Yeah, so I can do stuff like this. So I could slam dunk, basically. That's what I'm training for. Slamming and beating people in games of, like, say, games of one-on-one. That's what I'm training for. So nice try to say that vegans can't put muscle on, because look at this guy I'm playing against here. Does he look like way stronger than I am or something like that? No, I was just like, watch my video. I made a video about this last month. I beat him handily. So anyway, nice try there, saying vegans can't put on muscle. Just because one guy lost muscle as a vegan doesn't mean vegans don't put on muscle. That's just completely ridiculous. And I want to say, genetically, I'm not the kind of guy who just puts on tons of muscle. This is the buffest I've ever been my entire freaking life. And that includes when I was not vegan. So nice try there, beacon of light, but that's just complete bullshit. But yeah, vegetable police supposedly lost some muscle after he stopped the carnivore diet. Oh, veganism debunked. That's his problem. I put on muscle as a vegan, so that's what matters. I'm the one that's vegan. He wasn't even vegan. He's a freaking carnivore. Don't worry, be happy. Hey, my vertical goes all over the place. It changes over time, and it changes on shorter scales too. Like, did I just do a leg workout in the past day or two? If so, vertical goes down. Am I fatigued after playing an hour and a half of strenuous basketball? The vert goes down. So there's a lot of factors that affect your vert in the short term and the long term as well. Yeah, Graven Babies, there are vegan professional wrestlers. But no, that's irrelevant, Graven Babies, because Vegetable Police lost some muscle when he quit a carnivore diet. Veganism debunked. Forget the professional athletes out there. There's vegan professional basketball players in the NBA right now. But Vegetable Police, some lame guy, Vegetable Police, lame because he's not a professional athlete. He lost a little bit of muscle after he quit being carnivores. Veganism debunked. Not. Hey, Metalhead, thanks for the super chat, Metalhead. No more money, otherwise you have to buy a $7,000 house. Oh, let's see. If any, I didn't see one from a few minutes ago. If I gave you any more, you would have to buy a house, similar to the one in your picture. Did you buy that $7,000 house, that fixer upper or not? But thanks so much for the super chat tips there, Vegan Metalhead. Even so, I think we're a long way from buying a $7,000 kind of teardown sort of house. That's funny, Fu Man Poo. Yeah, he's that dude. Vegetable. He's tried every diet known to man, including drinking turpentine. You know, so he lost some muscle once. Big deal. I put on muscle. How come you don't use me as your counterexample? Why are you using him? Use me. I'm the guy who's genetically never put on muscle ever in his life, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, I put it on in my 50s as a vegan. Beacon of Light. Yeah, of course. Let me read your thing here. He's saying, I would also like to share that everyone who is not vegan does not mean they are unhealthy because they eat meat. Who says that? Where does it say that if you eat meat, it's impossible to have a healthy blood test or something like that? Who says that? Like, where does it say that if you're not vegan, you shall never have a healthy blood test or something like that? Most people don't mostly eat meat. They eat lots of junk as well. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not sure who you're saying. Maybe there's some odd vegans out here who claim this, but I mean, I personally can't think of any vegans who come out and say, yes, every person who is non-vegan, when they get their blood tested and go to their doctor, it comes back horribly. I don't say that. So again, I think you're making a straw man there on Beacon of Light. I don't know vegans who make that claim. Yeah, Sarah, that's what it's like too. My main doctors are not vegan, but they're not anti-vegan. And yeah, they see my blood tests and they see me come in. They see me coming in like 6'4" in my 50s. I'm lean, I'm strong, I'm athletic. And they see my blood test. They see I'm not on any meds. They're kind of look at me like I'm like a pro athlete, kind of like a physical specimen. They kind of look at me with more, I'm not exaggerating too much, more sense of awe than like concern, like, oh, this guy's going down. He's rapidly falling apart. They say, what you're doing is working really well for you. You're doing way better than an average 54-year-old. You're doing way better than an average 34-year-old. Keep doing what you're doing. They've never said, man, that vegan diet, you're on the edge of death, bro. You got to just ixnay it right now. Yeah, Heidi, yeah, blood work comes back good. Most vegans I know, when they get their blood labs, it's pretty good usually, especially when you compare it to like what's the norm for that age group. I mean, there's exceptions, obviously. Mine could be better. It's not horrible or anything, but it always could be better. Vegan Pam, your daughter has bad poop problems. We're just talking about poop, like what, like constipation or what, Vegan Pam? I've never heard of that person. The God, is that a anti-vegan? If so, yeah, I'm sure they have toxic comments because we talk about VD all the time, and I know she's got toxic followers. People who follow these anti-vegans, particularly ones, and this is pretty much all of them, right? That just make up shit, basically, just lie about people and slander them so they can get a following and make some money. Basically, like slandering people to raise themselves up. Yeah, of course you're going to have toxic people following these toxic people doing these toxic practices. Let's see. What's that about Joe Rogan? I just saw there, but Bro Rogan says you need cholesterol to be healthy. Look at him. He's the one that has to get injections of testosterone in his butt, to be manly, the manly Joe Rogan. He's so tough. You have to get testosterone shots, you know? All right, so yeah, let's do some more questions now. Let me take a little stretch here too. 1 hour into the stream. I should stretch every hour. That way you can see the side of my head and hair too. That I have a full head of hair, despite what VD has said about me in her bullshit, lying, slanderous videos. I am more sexy than manly. I mean, I don't need to act like a toxic masculine dude. I'm just a dude. I have a bunch of testosterone. I don't need to overcompensate like these low testosterone guys like Joe Rogan and these carnivore people. I don't want to mention any of them by name, you know, they have low testosterone. Those guys project this overhyped sense of masculinity because they're lacking in it. They act like, "Ooh, I'm the tough guy." No, you're not. You don't have any freaking male sex hormones, bro. You know, so don't kid us here. You know, the thing is, I don't have to project that because I don't have any of these insecurities that they seem to have. Anyway, let's not stroke my ego here. Let's move on to something else. Anyway, not saying anyone stroking my ego, but I felt like I was being a little too boastful there. But it's true. I don't have to project that sense of toxic masculinity because I have it. I just have it. It's how it is. Sarah, you haven't seen Race tonight. I'm not sure if he's going to show up tonight. Yeah, I'm sure VD's super insecure, you know? I'm sure. Then she should know, like, she shouldn't talk crap about others or else we're going to start talking crap about her. Yeah, like that bodybuilding doctor guy. Yeah, we're not going to mention anyone's name here. I'm just saying, you know, these guys, you know, have low testosterone. Yeah, why do they act so toxically masculine? You got to ask yourself, if you don't have any male sex hormones, why are you acting, pretending to be so masculine? Because you don't have it. It's funny. Vegan Pam. I don't know. You should talk to a doctor about that. I mean, if it's constipation, I talked about how ripe bananas really help smooth things out. But yeah, someone's having toilet problems. Yeah, I would think, yeah, don't talk to me. You know, a YouTuber, music producer guy. I would talk to a doctor about that. Yeah, Tracy, I believe it's insecurity. That's why those guys act so toxically masculine. And people like me with super high testosterone are just chill about it. I don't have to remind myself every day, I'm a man. I got to do man things because I'm a man. No, I already know I'm a man. I'm secure and cool with that. It's what I am, you know. I don't have to remind myself, you know. Yeah, whatevs. Yep, Timothy. Yep, Joe Rogan. Yep, he's lost a lot of people with his nonsense. Yeah. Let's see, any more questions here? Yeah, it sounds like we're talking about poop a little bit there. A manly tattoo. What do you have, vegan metalhead? A manly tattooed and an Eagle Scout medal mark. That's cool. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. You know, I'm just saying the idea of projecting this toxic masculine image when someone has like no male sex hormones, to me seems kind of weird. But yeah, if anyone wants to like, you know, project manly things, I mean, I do too, especially when you see me on the basketball court. Here, let's look at my photo once again here. Giving this poor kid a bunch of trouble. I mean, how can anyone say, "Hey, Ryan, you're looking all non-masculine there. You're looking really feminine"? No, I project masculine strength when I need to. This is an appropriate time to do this sort of thing, to act, you know, to be tough or whatever, to be a jock, you know. But when I'm chilling with my wife or hanging out with you guys, it's not the time nor the place. And I'm saying it's about doing it in the right time. This is the time when I act like a jock dude, you know. This is when I'm the tough guy. And then when I take my basketball shoes off, I'm back to being chill Ryan. You know, I you know, it's a thing, you know, masculinity is appropriate in certain contexts. You know, I'm not saying it's wrong to project masculinity, but to project it as your image, I think is wrong, especially if you don't have any sex hormones. Let's see. Did I hear a tip there too? Killboy, do I like Buckethead's music? I don't think I know who Buckethead is there. Who is Buckethead, Killboy? Hey, race lover. Hey, how's it going? Sarah Smith just left and she was asking about you and said say hi to Race if he comes by tonight. I said, I don't know. I don't think he's coming by tonight. So you just missed Sarah, Race. So I guess you can go back and watch the earlier part of the stream before you came and see what happened. See if we were talking about you or not. We weren't. We were cool. Buckethead is on Guitar Hero. Okay, Guitar is that the video game you're talking about? I did play it a long time ago. I have it here, but I haven't played it in a long time. So you went like a shredder guy or something like that. So I don't know too many dudes like that. Beacon of Light. You don't agree with whose attitude, but looking at his body, he looks healthy despite eating 100% meat. You're talking about that the doctor with the male sex hormones of a 90-year-old woman. Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, how do you look healthy? I mean, looking healthy is one thing. I see that with females. A lot of people will say, oh, "Look at this lady. She looks so great in a bikini. She's healthy." Like, how does that tell you anything about her lab work, her insides? I mean, anyone could look healthy on the outside and be like dying on the inside, and like have like fasting glucose and hemoglobin A1C like sky high cholesterol. I mean, you're not going to see that just from seeing a picture of someone's body or something like that. So I mean, yeah, that's one. Looking at someone's body, I wouldn't say it's like irrelevant, but to claim that they're healthy based solely off that one judgment of seeing a photo or photos is completely irresponsible. Yeah, if you use that in conjunction with blood labs, visits to the doctor, stuff like that, that's a better picture. But yeah, just saying, oh, look at that, someone in their bikini or Speedos and they look great. And they're healthy because of that. Nope, doesn't mean shit. Okay, Vegan Light says this one anti-vegan has lots of muscles. So what? I can show you vegans that have lots of muscles. Look at, just for starters, Vegan Gains. And he doesn't even put himself out there as like a fitness channel or something like that. He's big. Let's look at Nimai Delgado. Ever hear of Nimai Delgado? He's been on the cover of like Men's Health, fitness magazine, stuff like that. There's Vegan Strongman. So yeah, I'm sure you have non-vegan guys with muscles too. So what? Just because someone has muscles, what's the conclusion? Why do you even bring that up, Beacon of Light? You mentioned some anti-vegan has muscles. So what's the therefore? What is the conclusion? Why do you even mention that some anti-vegan guy has muscles? I could point out, like I said, vegan guys have muscles. The reason why I bring that up is so I can do that too, but it's pointless. That doesn't prove jack. I'm just saying, now you're moving the goalposts, Beacon of Light. I just brought up, you said some anti-vegan dude has muscles. I said, okay, one guy like Vegan Gains has muscles. Now you're saying, well, he doesn't look healthy, he's puffy. Well, you weren't talking about puffy earlier. Now you throw puffy. Okay, let's just look for a picture of Nimai Delgado, okay? Or Brian Turner. Let's look at some photos of these guys. Let's see. Let's start with Brian Turner. Okay, let's see some images for Brian Turner here. Okay, is that enough muscle here for you, Beacon of Light, Brian Turner? What do you think? Is that a sufficient amount of muscle that a man might need to do whatever a man needs to do in life? And he's not puffy looking. Yeah, here he is. He just looks like a big, strong dude. There's one guy. So who cares if you think Vegan Gains is puffy? I'll find you another guy that's not puffy. Like, what does that even matter about anything? He's not a puffy dude. Trust me. So what's your point? You brought up some anti-vegan that has muscles, and I showed you a vegan that has muscles as well. So what? What is the conclusion you're trying to make? Because we're just wasting time right now. Yeah, the god. Yep, Brian Turner is malnourished. Look how skinny and fragile he looks. I know. But he's puffy. Nope. This guy, Brian Turner, not puffy. So, okay, you're saying this anti-vegan eats 100% meat, so meat can't be that bad. What do you mean? All you've proven is that meat, if you eat 100% meat, you can put on muscle. You haven't shown me his lab work. The only person I know that 100% meat eaters put out his lab work, and it was pretty horrific. He hasn't put it out since, as I've seen, as far as I know. But so what? All you've shown me is that a guy that eats 100% meat can put on muscle. How does that prove that they are healthy? How does that prove their cholesterol is under control? How does that prove that they're not diabetic or their triglycerides are crazy? So what? All you've shown is, yeah, if you eat 100% meat, it is within the realm of physical possibility to increase muscle mass. Okay, that's the conclusion. How do we leap from that to that they are healthy, like their internals are healthy? Having muscle doesn't make one healthy. You can have both. You can have health and muscles, but muscle size or the presence of muscle doesn't follow that you're healthy because of that. Okay, great. So what? 2 years. I've been doing this 11 years, bro, and I'm way older than that anti-vegan guy you're talking about too. And I have a pretty nice head of hair as well for my age, and compared to your anti-vegan friend there. That's cool. All you've shown is you can eat meat for 2 years and have good blood labs. Awesome. That doesn't debunk veganism. Great. Again, you're creating a straw man. We're going back to something I told you about half an hour ago. This guy keeps saying that vegans are saying that if you eat meat, you can't be healthy. Like, no, there's no, I don't see anything in the definition of veganism that makes us have to say that. And if you don't eat a 100% vegan diet, there's no way you could ever have a healthy, good blood lab. I've never said that. I don't know any like sane vegan who makes that claim. Well, Beacon of Light, that's cool, but VD, Vegan Deterioration, has said I'm bald as a vegan and I have pretty good head of hair and I have way more hair than your anti-vegan friend or Joe Rogan. So tell your anti-vegan friends to shut up with these claims. I know hair is genetic. Male hair pattern baldness is a genetic thing, but VD didn't give a crap about that. She made a video a few years trying to slander me, saying vegan diets are making me go bald because my hair isn't as thick now as it was 10 or 15 years ago. So, Beacon of Light, I'm just going to stop you right now. Unless you want to try a different line of arguing, I don't want to go down and waste any more time on your straw man. I don't make the claim that if you're not a vegan, it's 100% impossible to have a healthy blood test result. And you just showed me some guy who's not a vegan and has a healthy blood test result. Yeah, it's totally within the realm of possibility. So what? So what? And then again, we're not necessarily vegan for our health. In fact, veganism has nothing to do with health. It just so happens that it can be healthy if you want it to be. So anyway, what is going on here? Explorer questioner, meat is an essential nutrient. Explain, Explorer questioner. How is meat an essential nutrient? And how am I not dead? So let me see if I got Explorer questioner here. You're saying meat is an essential nutrient. So make sure I understand you right. Just answer yes or no. So you're saying that it's necessary for humans to eat meat because there are nutrients found in meat without which we would die essentially. We would become malnourished and eventually become unhealthy and die. Is that what you're saying? Yes or no? Explorer questioner. And if you say something else, I'll just delete your comment until you answer my question. Shoe vegan. I look happy today. Thanks. Thank you. Ding dongs in the chat as usual, huh? I'm one of the lucky ones. Oh, okay. So whenever someone is a healthy vegan, we're lucky. It's so funny how I know so many lucky vegans. Like my wife is lucky, and all of my vegan friends that I hang out with, they're lucky too. Who are these unlucky vegans? Oh, those are the ones that made those dumb videos. Why I'm no longer vegan. And guess what? Pretty much all of them did stupid crap like fasting, water fasting, extended periods as raw fruitarians, and juicing and crazy nonsense like that. I mean, like that's not saying you can't drink juice and be vegan, but to rely as juice as like your meals. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm one of the lucky ones. That's just ridiculous. No, I'm not a lucky one. I'm doing exactly what the science says. The science says appropriately planned vegan diets are healthy for all people. Oh, Explorer, have you seen my colon? Do you know how many BMs I do a day compared to, like, say, your carnivore buddies that maybe get one a week maximum? I'm glad you know. How do you know what's inside my colon? Have you ever looked inside my colon? No, I BM 3 times a day on average. My colon is kicking butt, bro. I'll turn the thing on. You're probably all constipated, Mr. Explorer Questioner. Because you probably don't poop enough. I mean, how often do you poo? Giggles is lucky too. Hey Giggles, thanks. I actually, we just made a video using that that super generous super chat tip that you gave us on the last live stream. We used it on you'll see it's coming. I think it'll be in our next vlog, so be on the lookout for a shout out to you, Giggles. You're only supposed to poop once or twice a week. You're trolling now. This is, yeah, if you're on a carnivore diet. If one is on a carnivore diet, then one is only supposed to poop once or twice a week. But no, I've never met a medical doctor that says, yeah, you're pooping too much, bro. You should only poop like maybe once a week or something like that. I've never heard that in my entire life. So you're just kind of making bullshit up right now. Yeah, there's a question you don't hear every day. Have you seen my colon? This guy's saying he's acting like he knows the contents of my colon. And I'm telling you, no, you don't know the contents of my colon. There you go, Trap the Matrix. Have you seen my colon? Happy Healthy Vegan 2022. Okay, let's just go look this up. How often should one poop a week? Let's go look. Instead of take this anti-vegan thing. Here's Brian Turner, so get used to... Okay, how often should I poop? Let's see what we can find here. Ooh, I don't want images. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can find a really good, let's see. WebMD. I usually go to WebMD. So let's see what they say. Okay, we're talking about constipation. Where's like how many times a day you should poop? Can't believe I'm looking this up. Let me see. Okay, Healthline sounds like a very, very boring site. Let's see. Okay, this is a survey. This is not what doctors say, okay? This is just what like a survey of 2,000 participants that Healthline conducted, and almost 50% poop once a day. And another 28% report going twice a day. But here, our carnivore friend says we should poop once or twice a week. Well, that's 6% say of the respondents poop only once or twice a week. The vast majority, 78%, poop at least once a day. So already you're off in the deep end there, carnivore person. You're in the 5-6% of people that poop very infrequently. I guess you could try to say, well, that's normal. Those 5% of the people, they're the ones that are doing it right, pooping once a week. But hey, if you want to poop once a week, have at it. I'm happy with my multiple BMs a day. Wow, Peter, 3-pound poops. That's no joke there. Wow. Yeah, we are talking about poop, Heidi. You came at the right time. Explorer, stop your bull crap here. I mean, you sound like you just repeating crap you heard on like anti-vegans blogs and stuff like that. Position, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics is clear that appropriately planned vegan diets are nutritionally adequate and they are appropriate for all stages of the life cycle, including infancy and childhood. You don't have any data that vegan kids are lamer or dumber or anything like that. In fact, what I'm seeing is people like you repeating this nonsense are demonstrating to me that your IQs are lower because you believe this nonsense. But yeah, be happy. If you have a study that shows vegan kids are dumber or slower like that, yeah, please let me know. Love to see it. Heidi, you had surgery and pooped the next day and your doctors were surprised and happy. That's cool. You saw the news, so it's not wrong. Oh yeah, you're just trolling us now. Fox is right. No, you're just trolling us now. I'm going to put you in timeout, bro. Yeah, I saw it on Fox News. It must be right. You're trolling. You're totally trolling. So I'm going to put you in timeout because you're just spouting nonsense. You saw it on the news. It must be right. I just showed you the official position paper of the Academy of Nutrition Dietetics, the largest group of health professionals in the world. And you said you saw something on the news that said that. And that's indisputable 100% proof. Confirmation for either you're completely dumb or you're just trolling me. Either way, we're going to put you in timeout. Yeah, that's why we put him in timeout here, guys. He's just totally trolling. Yeah, Jesse, 12 string once or twice a week. Yeah, that sounds pretty friggin' horrible. All right, so now that we've put that person in timeout, what other questions do we got here? Hang on one sec. Let me just check a stat here a second, guys. One sec. Okay. All right. All right, I'm back. What's that, Blue Spruce? Why do I think the vegan mindset is not on the menu for the general left-minded people as well as the mainstream media? I find it wild. I don't think veganism really should cater to any like political side of the spectrum, left, middle, right, or anything. Like just a moral stance against animal exploitation and cruelty. How do you slam dunk in basketball? It takes a lot of work, Pam. I'm not sure if you're ready to go for it or not. Being a little taller helps too, all things equal compared to someone else. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it takes a lot of work for most of us. Yeah, Travis, I heard about, yeah, one of your bridges. I didn't know you lived out there. Yeah, the bridge collapsed in town when Biden was there and talking about infrastructure. Kind of, oh, here we got one here. Breatively caked? What's that? Vegan B12 is in fear. What vegan B12 are you talking about? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the plant-based B12 that they inject in cattle to supplement cattle with B12 because they're not getting it from their diets? Is that what you're talking about? And if it were so inferior, you want to see my blood test. As I've been taking vegan B12 for about 5-6 years now. I did the first 5-6 years without any B12 supplements, and my B12 was strong. Then I started taking supplements and went up even higher. Yeah, Uncle Wall. Yeah, lowering the basket can definitely help with slam dunking. Yeah, who says you have to dunk on a 10-foot basket? Yeah, you can buy your own backboard and lower it to 8 feet if you want. Fu Man Poots, pooping as you type. Awesome. DJ 2012. I've had better muscle gains now as a vegan. I've historically been like probably genetically cursed with this long, lean body that doesn't like to readily put on muscle, and I'm more muscular and stronger now than I've ever been, compared to high school, college, or my 30s. I guess everyone's results are a little different. Most people are only able to be vegan for 15 to 20 years. That's funny. Back when I was like 5 years vegan, I was hearing the same thing from people just like yourself saying, hey, most people can't last past like 7 years and later on 10 years. And now I've hit double digits. Wait till you get to 15 years, then it all falls apart. Interesting. Well, I'll keep waiting and we'll check back, braidedly caked, and see how I'm doing in another 3.5 years, okay? Or 4 years. We'll see if I'm still vegan or not. If I still have great blood tests. Odds are I'll still be here on YouTube. So just set a little timer on your calendar and we'll check back, all right? I've heard this one before too, Beacon of Light. Do you think you're just more muscular because we can see your muscles more because you are thinner? No, actually, I actually weigh more now than I did when I was an endurance runner athlete. I don't know if I have any good photos to show you right now of my running days. Let me just see if I have any really quickly here. I might have to just scroll back far into my Instagram. Now, I've actually put on 20 pounds since I started weight training and gave up endurance sports. So let's see if I could find an old shot of me back in the olden days. Let me just see. I don't know how far back my Instagram goes. Nope, but that theory's wrong. I actually weigh more now. That's why I'm more muscular. I've put on pounds, and those pounds are generally muscle. No, I don't have any shots that go back beyond just like maybe, when was this? When did I put my first shot up here? Let's see, 164 weeks ago. So no, I actually weigh more now. Weigh approximately 20 pounds more now than I did when I was like a hardcore endurance athlete. So no, good try. I have muscles now because I'm actually doing, and it's so easy. The reason why I have more muscles now is because I've been doing resistance training. That's it. Resistance training and maybe a little bit more protein in my diet. But that's the reason why. It makes sense, right? If you're resistance training every day, because I have a gym in my garage, you put on muscle. If you never lift weights for 10 years, you're going to lose muscle, right? And if you're doing like running instead, working on your cardiovascular system. So nice try. I actually weigh a lot more now. I weigh a lot more. I know that when I go surfing, my board sinks way quicker now. I've lost that buoyancy because I've given up 20 pounds. I have extra 20 pounds. So no, nice try. The reason why I'm bigger now is simply the way I'm training. It's so simple. It's a tale as old as time. If you train weights and resistance every day, you'll be stronger. And if you don't do any of that crap for 10 years and instead run and ride a bike, you will have fewer muscles. It's simple. It's not even rocket science. Yeah, Uncle Walt, after 159 years, I will have to give up being vegan. Vegans are the only ones who insult everyone for just trying to live life. No, you actually came here creatively, Craig, and you're insulting me and you're insulting my followers here. So if anyone is insulting everyone, it's you here. Have I insulted you yet? Maybe I did say one guy was dumb because he said Fox News showed him a story that vegan kids are dumb and I put him in timeout. But other than that, it took a long time for me to get to that point. I haven't insulted you yet. I just said what you're saying is bullcrap, but I haven't insulted you as a person or your intelligence. So if I see any insulting going on, it's from you, the anti-vegan. Here he is. He creatively Kate is doing the same. He's pooping. He's doing the thing. He poops. He throws something in the wall and sees what sticks. First he's talking about B12. Now he's saying vegans assault everyone. Now he's saying veganism is a cult. Bam, bam. It's not a cult. It's a moral belief. It's like saying being against murder is a cult, because that's, a lot of humans think murder is wrong and immoral. Most of us do. And vegans similarly believe that not only murdering humans is wrong, murdering animals is wrong. It's a moral belief. There is no cult. You either have the moral conviction about that concept or you don't. There's nothing cult-like. It's like saying people who are anti-rape are in a cult. It's ridiculous. Oh boy. Okay, now we have another one. Cats love broth. Veganism does create guilt-based eating disorders. Well, explain. Let's talk to me. I'm a vegan. You said veganism creates please explain to me how I have a guilt-based eating disorder. I'll be looking for you, cats love broth, and don't talk about some other topic. Answer my question only. How do I have an eating disorder? What is my eating disorder, and how does any belief I have cause me to have an eating disorder? So the floor is yours there. Nope, veganism is not restrictive. You know how many edible plants there are? Let's Google how many edible plants there are. And how many edible animals do you guys really eat, you meat eaters? You eat a cow, you eat a chicken, maybe a pig. Number of edible plants. Okay. Well, just the first result here says 20,000 species of edible plants. I have another estimate here of 400 species of plants on Earth. And how many animals you guys eat? Like cows, chickens, pigs, turkeys? No, there's nothing restrictive about avoiding animals and eating every plant that nature has provided here for humans to eat. So no, nice try. Nice try, but again, you're just picking poop off your butt and flinging it onto the wall. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay. And a good point about eating disorders, Hexic Dragon. Many of the people who suffer from eating disorders on a vegan diet already had risk factors. They're already orthorexic and saw, ooh, if I go vegan, a certain kind of vegan, like only juice and eat fruit, I can lose a lot of weight like Ravana and look good in a bikini like she does. It's that kind of thinking. It's not like, yeah, let's see if this person came back. Okay, Katz says, I didn't say you have. You did. You said vegans. Let me read what you said. But anyway, you're saying that placing shame on impressionable people can cause eating disorders. Okay, explain to me. What shame am I creating on which impressionable people? Tell me what I'm doing to. How am I shaming people, and who are these impressionable people, and how does that cause an eating disorder? You have a lot to unpack there, so please go for it. Yeah, vegan atheist, 21. Yeah, the logic of veganism is infallible. See, you're seeing what goes on here, vegan atheists. People love to poop in their hands and then fling it on the wall and see what sticks here. So yeah, we've talked about veganism is not restrictive. There's like tens of thousands of plants we can eat. We just don't eat the cows, the pigs, the birds, It's not restrictive. Raw veganism is restrictive because they're excluding all these perfectly healthy food groups like legumes and potatoes. They're restricting those. A whole food, plant-based, or just a regular vegan diet restricts nothing. There's nothing restrictive about it. You're just making crap up. Beacon of Light, veganism is not the healthiest diet. Well, I don't know what's the healthiest diet, and I don't really care. Who cares? I mean, all I know is that veganism is a way to not engage in an immoral practice of harming animals. But the thing is, you want to know if it's healthy. Yes, it says right here, after reviewing the scientific research, it is the position of the Academy of Nutrition Dietetics, the largest group of health professionals in North America, that appropriately planned vegan diets are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and may provide benefits for the prevention and treatment of certain diseases, such as the leading causes of death. So I don't need to say this is the healthiest diet that a human can ever construct. All I know is it's nutritionally adequate and healthy. Maybe there is a healthier diet. Maybe some scientists could concoct some chemicals together and say, hey, lo and behold, humanity, I have produced the healthiest diet known to mankind or humankind, whatever. Who knows? That's totally possible. I don't know anyone who's saying, yeah, it's an absolute known fact that veganism is the apex of healthy diets. You cannot find anything better. All we know is that it is very healthy if you want it to be. And if you want, you can have a crappy, unhealthy vegan diet like all the meat eaters that eat junk food all the time. You can be a junk food vegan, but there's no denying that vegan diets, if you want them to be, are extremely healthy and reduce your risk of dying of the leading causes of death. I hate when people say, oh, vegan isn't the healthiest diet. Who knows what is the healthiest diet? No one knows. That's just a subject of debate. It's you know how stupid that argument is? It's like people arguing, who's stronger, Thor or Superman? Like, I don't know. They're both superheroes. You know, they both do their thing. Who's better, Spider-Man or Aquaman? I don't know. They're both superheroes. They both do their thing. Who knows? We know they're all powerful superheroes, but who knows who's the healthiest one? It's this pointless debate, you know, who's the best superhero, but they're all superheroes in their own right. And we know vegan diets are a super healthy diet. Is it the healthiest one on the planet? No idea, but I know it's healthy enough. Just like Spider-Man is strong enough, you know, Thor is great enough. Maybe Iron Man is better than them. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? It's stupid. Yeah, Race, yeah, if we're talking about an underwater battle, I would probably put my money on Aquaman too, probably, huh? Spider-Man is clearly better, and that's a fact. See? Exactly. Huh, Peter? Yeah, I'm sure these anti-vegans changed their names and stuff, yeah. Beacon of Light. Here's where I'm just going to shut you down right now, Beacon of Light. You're just running out of control here. Beacon of Light. I'm going to... oops, wrong person. Beacon of Light. Put in timeout. Let me just talk to Beacon of Light for a second. I don't know what the hell you're going off on here, bro, but bottom line is that it's a well-known fact that vegan diets are healthy. Are they the healthiest in the world? I don't know. I don't know if Aquaman is better than Spider-Man or if Thor can kick Iron Man's butt. I don't know. All we know is all those guys are powerful. Black Widow, throw her in there too. Shang-Chi, let's get everyone in. They're all super powerful. I don't know which one's the best, okay? Then likewise, we know a vegan diet is super healthy if you want it to be. That's the bottom line. So don't tell me that some guy eats meat is healthy too. Great. Just like Spider-Man is great and Thor is great too, and so is Loki. All these guys are great. Who cares? Just because there's another superhero other than Thor that's powerful doesn't mean Thor all of a sudden sucks or Thor's been debunked. Just because there's a non-vegan that has good blood tests or whatever doesn't mean veganism is unhealthy. Okay, so just get that out of the way. I don't know anyone who's saying, yeah, you have to be vegan or you're going to die or something like that, you know? So let's get that out of the way. Vegan diets, it's a known scientific fact that appropriately planned vegan diets are nutritionally adequate and healthy for all people in all phases of life. That's a fact. Let's not forget that. So who cares? Yeah, tell me about some other guy who's not vegan had a great blood test. Awesome. I never denied that. And I don't think any sane vegan would deny that either. And Beatively Caked, please explain how having a moral stance against animal cruelty is a cult. Would you say that people who believe that raping other humans, people who find that wrong, morally wrong, would you say they aren't a cult? Because it's the same thing. Vegans have a moral belief that it's wrong to harm animals. So how is it any different to be a vegan? And how are vegans in a cult? How is it any different from believing that raping humans is wrong? The floor is yours. And if you don't answer the question bravely, I will time you out too. Yeah, Leo, I've seen some of the studies too that people think gladiators ate nothing but meat. No, they ate a predominantly plant-based diet, if not a full vegetarian diet. Hey, you're too late. We already talked about bivalves. Well, we already did our bivalve discussion for the evening. No, cattle broth. Humans consuming animal products is unethical. It's immoral. I mean, let me ask you, do you love cats? If you do, then why is it cool to love a cat and keep that alive, but totally cool to shoot a cow in the head? Explorer, I'm going to put you in timeout if you don't answer the question. How is having the moral belief that it's wrong to harm animals any different, like in a cultish way, than having the moral belief that it's wrong to harm humans? How is the vegan belief different? How is the belief about animals make one a cult member? And if you have that same belief about humans, like it's wrong to murder humans, wrong to murder or rape humans, that's not a cult. Please explain. If you don't answer, I'll time you out and probably just ban your ass because I'm getting sick of you, to be honest with you. That's a good response, Shu. Yeah. Say if you don't care about others' pain, say, hey, bring your little brother here or your grandma and I'll hit her over the head with a club. You don't care about others' pain, right? So, how about if I hit you on the head? If you don't, I don't care about others' pain too. So therefore, I just hit you on the head and it's cool, right? I mean, just show them that pain affects all people. Explorer, have I exiled you? I'm asking you to. Yeah, I will ban people who just completely make up bullshit crap like you're doing. I'm asking you, please explain how it is cult-like to, and I disagree with you. Please explain how it's cult-like to have a moral belief that it's wrong to harm animals. Please, I'm all ears. If you don't answer the question, you're out of here. This is my show. You're on thin ice, and you have to do exactly what I say. You have to play by my rules. So please tell me, in no uncertain terms, how is cult-like to have a moral belief that it's wrong to harm animals? Remember, you probably have the belief that it's wrong to murder humans too. So how is it cult-like to believe it's wrong to murder animals? All right, we'll see what they say. Vegans will exile you if you disagree with them. No, I've been disagreeing with you all day, Explorer, and I haven't banned you yet, but I will if you don't answer my question. Yeah, Jesse, I heard about that. It's horrible. It's okay. Beacon of Light is back. Okay, we're gonna put him in timeout. Unless no, actually, just answer my question. He said, "Hey, we have the digestive system to eat meat. Therefore, it is healthy and normal for us to eat meat." And normal. Well, this is what veganism is all about. It should not be normal to intentionally bring animals into existence for the sole purpose of slaughtering them for meat. Here's the whole point. Why since it's not necessary to consume animals to get all your nutrients and be healthy, because you brought up the word healthy there, or else I'd be dead. I have horrible blood labs, and the position paper of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics would be false, which it's not. So therefore, since it's clearly a known true fact that it's unnecessary to consume animal products, any animal products to be healthy, what's your name again? Beacon of Light. Since it's a known fact that you don't need to consume any animal products to be healthy, it's absolutely immoral to kill animals to eat them. It's unnecessary. Why would you intentionally choose animals to die for you every day, every meal, when it's absolutely unnecessary? And it's cruel. It's cruel because you can eat plants and not have to murder animals every day. Why do you insist on murdering animals for when it's 100% unnecessary? Please tell me why you insist. Remember, it's unnecessary. If you try to come back and say some bullshit that are digestive, who cares? I could probably eat a piece of shit if I wanted to, So my point is this: who cares? It's absolutely unnecessary to consume animal products for any nutrient or anything of the sort. So why do you insist that animals be killed for you? Do you enjoy death? Are you some kind of sadist, some kind of sicko sociopath that takes pleasure in knowing that other living sentient beings that can experience emotions and pain are dying needlessly for no apparent reason? Please answer that. Yeah, we could eat bacon. I have a digestive system that could process a human's flesh. I could eat bacon, but it's immoral for me to eat bacon. Anyway, so we'll come back and see what Beacon has to say about that. Yeah, normal doesn't mean anything. Yeah, Tracy, I'll show you. It was normal in the United States to own slaves. It is normal in ancient Greece to own slaves. Just because something is normal doesn't make it right. That's a horrible argument. If something is normal, you could have an immoral practice normalized in your culture, as we have many times. Yeah, women couldn't vote. That was totally normal. Women shouldn't vote. Black people were 3/5 a vote. That was normal. When I was born, in the year I was born, it was normal in some states in this country for mixed parent, a white, interracial marriage. I would have been an illegal product in certain states in the United States. It was normal in some states in the United States to forbid my parents meeting and producing a baby. That would have been illegal. That was normal. So don't give me, if something's normal, it's cool. But whether or not it's normal to kill animals, it is healthy for the human body to eat meat. That's not the whole point. It is healthy for the human body to consume plants. It's absolutely unnecessary. There's nothing you can't get. There's no reason to consume animals. It's completely unnecessary. Therefore, killing animals is unnecessary. So why do you, just because it's healthy, who cares? There might be something healthy in heroin. Who cares? Doesn't mean we should shoot heroin. I'm sure there's some nice, good nutrient in heroin as well, in addition to the addictive properties of the opiates. So just because something is healthy does not justify it, Beacon of Light. I'm sure it's healthy to eat Beacon of Light's flesh. Do you have a brother or sister? I'm sure we could enjoy, I shouldn't say that, but I'm sure a human could eat Beacon of Light's sister or brother and receive nutrients, healthy nutrients from them. That doesn't make it right. Just because there's a healthy nutrient in Beacon of Light's flesh or his sister's flesh or in heroin doesn't mean that it's morally right or even healthy to do so. And the whole point is the human body cannot digest fiber. You're lying, or else I'd be dead right now. I've been digesting fiber just fine for 11 years. And you would think after 11 years, some horrible signs would start appearing on my blood test. They just should have started, if they can't digest fiber, they should have started appearing in the first year or two, let alone here we are a decade out and nothing wrong. So, again, you're not answering my question. You're picking poop in your hands and flinging it on the wall. Answer my question. What gives you the moral right to eat another human being or an animal? What gives you the right? Since it's unnecessary. Yes, human beings have healthy nutrients in them just like a cow does. What gives you the moral right to eat a living being who doesn't really want to die for your eating pleasure? I'm sure you wouldn't want to die for our eating pleasure, nor would you want one of us to eat one of your relatives. So explain, what gives you the moral right to eat a living being for no real reason other than your belief that there's something healthy in it? But there's something healthy in your flesh too. Yeah, thanks for the legal disclaimer there. So mindful. I'm not encouraging anyone to eat the flesh of a human. I'm just using that as a thought example because that's his argument. Oh, there's something healthy in the animal flesh. Well, there's something healthy in human flesh too. Okay, so you said there's a specific program in our body to eat meat. Well, humans have meat, so why can't I eat you? Why can't I eat your brother or sister? Why can't I eat your mom? Why not? I mean, that's your whole basis. There's something healthy and there's something the human program to eat. Well, apparently we don't need to follow your silly program there, or else I'd be dead. I don't need to eat meat. I'm healthy. I have the blood labs to prove it. My doctors, what's it called? Exams and conclusions verify that. I eat animals because I need it. I need to. No, you don't need to. You don't need to. If a human needed to eat animals, beacon of light, why am I not dead right now after 11 years of no meat? Why do I have extremely great blood labs, which I put there for you all to see? My doctors tell me they're healthy. Why am I so athletic and healthy and not dead yet? Please explain. You're saying you need to. No, that's the whole point. You don't need to. You don't need to. There's zero nutrients in meat that you are essential. You can get all your nutrition from an appropriately planned vegan diet, and if not, take a supplement like meat eaters do too. You don't need to eat meat. That's the point. That's why it's immoral to eat meat, because it's unnecessary and you're needlessly killing other living beings. That argument again, you need to eat meat, eat your brother. What's wrong with that? What's that so mindful? Ryan doesn't eat meat, but is still made of meat. Veganism debunked. That's kind of the logic I'm seeing. You won't comment on my appearance. Oh, let's comment on my appearance. So mindful, let's do it. Let's find some people that are my age, okay? Let's find people that were born in the year 1967. Let's go to YouTube and look up Joe Rogan. Okay, all right, I'll just find the most recent Joe Rogan here.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
So in the beginning, like when I first...
Okay, so we're the same age. We're born 7 days apart. So let's talk about appearance. Joe has tried carnivore diets. He eats a lot of meat. So you're saying this guy, his appearance looks like I look way horrible compared to Joe Rogan. Yeah, that's what you're trying to say here. So mindful. Compared to someone my same age, 7 days apart, I should be ashamed because Joe Rogan looks so amazing. Let me just mute it here. He has you're saying like compared to Joe, he has more youthful vibrance than I do. I mean, it's obvious to anyone watching, comparing me to Joe Rogan. Yeah, the bald guy, he's the one that looks really great and youthful, and Ryan looks so haggard and decrepit. Is that your position? If I dyed my hair, you wouldn't see these little gray streaks right here. Cats love broth. No, I mean, I have put henna dye on my hair in the past, but that's washed out like months ago. Okay, so let's see. I'll show that Hexic Dragon. I don't know how that got hidden. Okay, so where is our friend here? I want to see. He doesn't want to talk about my appearance. Oh, Beacon. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mention your name. So mindful. My bad. So, yeah, Beacon. I'll try not to comment on anyone's appearance. No, let's comment on my appearance. Let's talk about it. Is that what you're talking about? Appearance here. If we want to go on the shallowness of appearances, I'll take the Pepsi challenge against Joe Rogan here. Born 7 days apart. Oh, here's his answer. One of my family members is about your age and has lots more muscle mass and less gray hair and thin skin. Well, let's talk about Joe Rogan. He doesn't even have any hair and less gray hair. I mean, I'm 54. Is this an acceptable amount of gray hair to have? I mean, I have friends my age who their entire hair is gray. Even Asian friends. I know one of my friends, his hair is totally, completely gray. I mean, mine looks pretty good, I think. You're like, so what? So what if I have a little bit of gray for 54? Joe Rogan doesn't have a piece of hair left. So what is your point? What is your point? So you're saying veganism is debunked because you know some guy around my age who has a little less gray hair than me, but Joe Rogan, he gets a free pass all the time for having zero hair. And for all I know, his hair is probably completely 100% gray. Yes, yeah, you've just debunked veganism there. He has a lot more muscle. Good. I don't train to be a muscle man. Again, let's see what Ryan trains for. In case you weren't sure, here's what I train for. Let's see. Where is it here? Here's what I train for. Let's take a look here. Play the music too. Can your friend do this in his 50s? Just wondering. Joe Rogan can't. This is what I'm trained to do. I'm not trying to look like LeBron James or anything like that. I want to look more like Steph Curry. This is what I train for. You don't need to look like the Incredible Hulk to do this. In fact, I'm one of the bigger, stronger guys on the basketball court. So explain to me again about your friend who has bigger muscle than me. Why should we care about that? I'm not trying to be the biggest, muscularest dude. Okay, Racer, thanks for hiding Beacon of Light. I was about to too. Once I start talking about appearance, we know we've gone down this stupid, pathetic, childish, shallow thing. Oh, I have a friend who's around your age who has less gray hair and blah, blah, blah. Like, who gives a crap? That doesn't prove anything. More muscle? I'm not trying to be a muscle man. I'm just getting stronger. I'm not trying to look like a muscle man or whatever. Yeah, bodybuilders, usually die of heart attacks. You know, I have no idea what bodybuilding training is. I have no idea. I've never done it once in my life. That's not my thing. My thing is to throw that ball down the hoop. And when I play basketball, punish those dudes that try to trash talk me and film it and share it with you guys to show you how a 54-year-old vegan beats the crap out of guys 20 to 30 years younger than him. No, what do you say? I didn't see that, Graven. Did who is someone trash talking her now too? Wow, let me go back up. Oh, you didn't see the video? Oh, let me do the video one more time, guys. My bad. Vegan brain fog there, huh? Wrong button. Here we go. Let's see. Let's do the video again. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trained to do. I'm not trained to be like a wrestler or a boxer or a strongman or bodybuilder or anything like that. I just want to be a kick-ass basketball player. I want to continue to be a kick-ass basketball player in my 50s. And the weight training to me is a necessary component of that to be as fit and athletic and powerful as I am at 54. Most guys my age aren't really, they've given up. They've quit playing like a decade ago. So that's what I'm trying to do. So if someone says, well, I have a friend that's bigger than you, I don't go and I'm not trying to put on a bunch of bulk. That's not my goal. My goal is to get stronger, obviously, but not to the point where I forego the athleticism involved in basketball, the explosiveness that I'm training for in basketball. You know, so I'm doing all sorts of training. I'm not just trying to get big. I'm training explosiveness. I stretch too to have that flexibility. Yeah, thanks, Brian. Yeah, 6'6". You haven't been able to do. A lot of people say it's easy. You're 6'4" and all. It's like, it's not that easy. Most guys I know who are my height aren't dunking. In fact, I only can think of a handful. It takes, I mean, it's easy to touch the rim, but actually to bring the ball up with you, get it way over the rim and throw it down. That takes either a lot of youthful springiness or a lot of training. Oh, really? Vegan light is insulting her face. Hey, it's cool to have a puffy face. That's why she looks younger than me. That's why I wish I had more puff in my face, to be honest with you. You know, imagine if I could have permanent puff in my face. That would be great. You know, that's a good thing. People, as they age, they kind of lose their cheeks. So it's cool to have that. So that's just stupid. See, the guy's just, now he's getting into personal insults here. So if he comes back, is that guy back yet? Because we will just kick him out of here. Let's see, I can't find his comments right now. I guess because he's in timeout. Candle of light, my ass, huh? Oh, Brian, let's go. You're 6'6" and overweight. Yeah, that's harder too when you got the extra weight to take up, you know? I mean, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, Tracy, what I hate about veganism, I'll read your thing, is that everyone suddenly expects you to be a representative of veganism and be a beacon of health. So, yeah, there's nothing about veganism that says you have to be super healthy, you know? For all we know, Earthling Ed has horrible blood labs. I don't know. He probably doesn't, but there's nothing that wouldn't diminish his vegan activism or anything like that. Yeah, I have a beautiful freaking wife. Anyone who's going to pick on her is going to get banned, and they're just a loser. I have a gorgeous freaking wife, and we're both in our 50s. For God's sake, what do they want us to look like? Brad Pitt or something forever? Jeez. How come Joe Rogan always gets a free pass? He gets a free pass. He looks awful. This is god awful, and my age, and no one ever complains about his looks. But veganism, oh, you gotta look like Brad Pitt. How come we just can't look like Joe Rogan when we're 54? Yeah, I agree with you, Graven. Anyone that does that, I'll just ban them because that's just complete nonsense. She doesn't attack people. She doesn't debate or debunk people. If anyone wants to attack me, cool, go for it. You know, I'll talk to you here. But yeah, anyone who tries to attack a vegan woman in her 50s who doesn't like complain about other people and stuff like that, it's just a complete lame loser. Is the water cold today too? You heat the room so well. Right now the room's cold. That's why I got a jacket on today, or this hoodie. I've been cold all day. Race is sexier than every carnist combined. I wouldn't doubt that one, Race. Yeah, and she's gorgeous. She's a beautiful woman. I mean, by any standard. I don't think you guys know, man. I don't like brag about her much, but yeah, I've been with a lot of beautiful women in my days. But I've never been with a woman before. Angie, like, she's just like, people are always like yelling at her, even in her 50s. Guys drive by, woo, you know, like, do they know like that she's like 53? You know, I see guys checking her all the time. I see when we're walking, cars stop at stop signs longer than they need to, and they go let her. They want to see her walk across the street and check her out. Guys are always checking her out. I mean, I've never seen, you know, and she's in her 50s and getting hollered at and checked out all the time. And you know, I'm not glorifying the sexism of that or anything like that. You know, it's uncomfortable. I'm not glorifying it, but I'm just saying, still has that reaction. Still, guys will just stop what they're doing and just all of a sudden watch her and get a big smile on her face. You know, I mean, and she's 53. Yeah, she posted about that, AJ, on social media, how some idiot on YouTube had to make some comment about her. What was it again? It was something so shallow and stupid. I forgot. I think I commented on it too, but yeah, just dumb. Yeah, Jesse 12 string. Yeah, veganism is not about health. Plant-based diets have health benefits, as I keep talking about. You can have you can have shitty health and not exploit animals. Exactly. You could be a junk food vegan. As long as you're not exploiting animals, you're vegan. But you can do it healthily if you want to. If that makes a difference for you, if it provides value for you, then you can eat in a very healthy way and not exploit animals. or you can just eat crap all the time and not exploit animals. It's all good. What's that, Alan? Was this a question? You weren't directly saying that Ryan is smug and condescending. What's your question, Alan? Now you have my attention. Alan Papillon. What were you saying that suggested that Ryan might be smug and condescending? Just curious. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they assumed, yeah, that lady. Yeah, it was a lady I was complaining about, Angie, huh? They were complaining about her appearance. Yeah, she's probably like my age. No, Angie's like a decade older than the person that was thinking she was like 40. Angie's 46. Yeah, Peter, we all have our genetic things, and that's why I don't like say, oh, look at Joe Rogan, he's bald because he's not a vegan. No, I know it's genetic. It's completely genetic. Male pattern baldness and hair loss is genetic. I know that, but it's just funny how people bag on my hair, and it looks like a Joe, If we're gonna bag on me, let's pull up someone my age and let's bag on him too, because they'll approve of his diet, but not mine. Let's see. So what's your question, Papillon? I still want to know what you're saying. Maybe I'll scroll up and try to find it. Not seeing it. Oh, I found it. There it is, Alan. Do you think being smug and condescending is a good activist strategy? And okay, you're saying I'm not necessarily doing that. No, I don't think you should be condescending and smug. I think people like what I do. When someone, even an anti-vegan comes here, I extend some courtesy to them. I try to ask them, is this what you're saying? Basically, I try to clarify the argument, as lame as it may be. I try to clarify the argument that they seem to be making. Then I respond to it in a objective, evidence-based, critical thinking based manner. That's how I do activism. I don't try to be smug or condescending. They'll be smug and condescending to me, but I respond with evidence and I respond with logic. Okay, cats love broth. I'm not sure what you've been talking about for the past 10, 15, 20 minutes, but if you have a question, direct it my way. I'd love to hear it. What is your problem with veganism? Let me know. Just let me know. It sounds like you have some problem with veganism and I'm not hearing it, so I want to hear it now. So direct your words to me now, please. Cats love broth. That's who I'm talking to. Peter, your hair is the envy of most men your age. I know, that's why, I don't think that, but I know my hair is doing pretty well for a dude in his 50s. So that's why I think it's ridiculous when you have people try to like shame me for my hair. Like, well, my hair's fine. I mean, it was thicker like 10 years ago, but that's how it works. It's still pretty good. I can still get cool haircuts and stuff. But it's genetic. I'm not attributing my diet to it. It's a genetic thing. And I'll probably, not have as much hair in next year. It'll probably be a little thinner than it was compared to last year. Just how it works. Thanks, Kelly. I think I'm more or less respectful, even to the trolls, until they start getting really mean and nasty. My hair looks like vegan hair? What does that mean, C. August? My hair looks like vegan hair. It's 54-year-old man hair of Asian background here. Derek, your only problem with veganism is that everyone but us gets all the best junk food. Oh, Heidi, going to bed? All right, good night, Heidi. Thanks for joining us here. Let me do a little stretching, the 2-hour stretch here. Ooh. Yeah, what is vegan hair? I think I can take my hoodie off right now. It's kind of warmed up in here. Break out some of the the vegan bod here for everyone. You know, why am I hiding my vegan bod here, huh? Okay, there we go. And of course, I gotta get them vegan gains out here for you guys. Remember, I'm not weight training to be a bodybuilder. I'm just training to be a strong basketball player. It's funny how people like to say the only reason why you have more muscles now is because you lost weight. Nope, I gained 20 pounds. I think that's the funniest thing. Nope, I gained weight. I didn't lose any weight. I've been putting on weight as I've been weight training. How many innings has this been, huh? Okay, Cats Love Bra saying, I'm saying imagine all of the clearing and mining of land required for the luxuries we, including vegans, demand. So you're saying vegans shouldn't have luxuries like a computer or something like that? Let's look at the definition of veganism, because I think you're trying to equate veganism with some kind of like perfectionism or something like that, and that's where a lot of people go wrong in they don't really understand what veganism. Here's pretty much a long-standing, well-accepted definition from the Vegan Society. This definition evolved from the original one from 1949 or 47. Anyway, it's a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practicable, all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. So there's nothing there that says that vegans can't own a computer or drive a car, because you're saying maybe an animal might get harmed in the production of goods. I think that's what you're trying to say, right? That doesn't nullify veganism. It just says we take an active stance against humans intentionally exploiting animals. So yeah, if an example I like to bring up, people say, well, you're going to still harm an animal, maybe like when the crops are harvested for your beans or whatever. And so I like to point out non-vegans eat beans too, but I'm saying if a bean or potato truck runs over a gopher or a squirrel or something, God forbid, it doesn't mean veganism is null and void. It just means there's imperfection in this imperfect world. We don't live in a perfect world. So veganism doesn't say zero harm whatsoever. It says basically stop exploiting animals. Stop intentionally raising animals for slaughter. Let's start there before we talk about like zero harm, which is some kind of perfectionist ideal, which is beyond achieving or attaining in this imperfect world. So you haven't debunked veganism. You just pointed out a philosophy that sounds sort of like veganism, but it's not. You have some kind of perfection idea there, and veganism is not perfection. We understand that nothing's perfect. We understand that, in the production of some goods we own here, an animal might get harmed or exploited, but it doesn't mean we should abandon the concept of not harming animals intentionally, not raising 80 billion. Do you know 80 billion animals are raised every year for slaughter, for food and whatever things people do with dead animal bodies? So that's what veganism is, taking a stance against this extreme exploitation of animals. So yeah, if there's some unintentional harm, that sucks, but that doesn't debunk veganism. What temperature is it right now, Natalie? According to my watch, it says 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, race lever. We don't have a perfect zero harm system. There's no such thing as that. We just have the most reasonable, least harm system that's already proven itself feasible and helpful. Yeah, we're just trying to not intentionally contribute to all the intentional harm that happens on a daily, hourly basis. Yeah, Dr. Bear points out to Cats Love Broth, you're also overestimating the effect of one animal dying in the production of a laptop versus the animals dying every day when we unnecessarily eat animal products for every meal. I mean, I don't even think an animal dies to make a laptop. Maybe one animal dies over like 1,000 laptops or something like that. And how often do you buy a laptop? Really? Like once every 5-10 years or something like that? But you eat meals every day, meaning animals are killed intentionally over and over and over again, needlessly. Exploited, murdered for no reason, because you could eat plants. Yeah, Dr. Bear. Yeah, just because you don't give up your laptop doesn't mean it's acceptable to eat animal products. What she's pulling out there is the appeal to futility fallacy, meaning we can't stop all the harm we can't stop every last animal on the planet from getting harmed. So therefore, let's throw our hands in there and say, fuck it. Let's just harm animals and just not even try to reduce or even care about it, because there's always going to be some animal harmed somewhere. So F it. Just throw our hands in there and forget about it, harm. Let's just harm all we want because there's no way to avoid it. That's the appeal to futility fallacy in full effect there. Yeah, Hexac Dragon, great point here. You can guarantee you won't accidentally kill someone on your way to work every day. You could. It could be an accident. But you can guarantee you won't swerve into a crowd of people for your own sensory pleasure. There's a difference between intentional versus non-intentional. Humans intentionally raise 80 billion animals a year to slaughter them. But there might be some unintentional killing that occurs in the world. And that doesn't mean that it's justifiable. That unintentional killing justifies the extreme, perverse, immoral, intentional killing. So Cat's Love Broth, you're saying just because there might be some animals harmed in the production of a computer, that justifies the intentional, immoral killing of 80 billion animals. That is your argument, right? You're saying just because we can eliminate all harm when people, when manufacturing of technology happens, therefore, why even try? That's what you're saying. Correct me. Is that what you're saying if I'm wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying, why even try? Why even bother? Because animals are going to get harmed when you make a computer. That's your argument. Yeah, imperfection does not justify immoral acts. Just because we live in an imperfect world doesn't mean, oh, fuck it, let's just kill every animal because, it doesn't matter. Some animals are going to get harmed anyway. That's the argument. That's funny, Leah. Why are you so jelly, Natalie? What's going on? Hey, Inch Herbivore, good to see you. Is that the real Inch Herbivore? How come you don't have one of those verified check marks? You got to get one, Paul. I did it, and it only took YouTube said it might take a week or so. It took like a couple hours or something like that. You just fill out some thing, and they give you the check mark. But anyways, I hope you're not using tech there to criticize Ryan's use of tech. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but it's okay for her to do it because she doesn't believe that there's any immorality to raising 80 billion animals a year for slaughter. She just says it's all cool because some animal might get harmed when you make a computer or something like that. So therefore, let's just harm every animal because anyway, let's see. She came back. No, you didn't answer my question. We're not talking about goat milk or anything. We're talking about raising 80 billion animals a year for slaughter. You're going, that's totally morally cool. You give the thumbs up. Yeah, good job killing 80 billion animals a year because, an animal might get harmed in laptop production. That's your argument, right? Saying just because we can't eliminate all harm from every industrial manufacturing process, that justifies the intentional killing of animals for slaughter, for food and clothing and other crap. That's the argument, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I'm hearing. Again, I've studied logic. I'm a PhD philosophy dropout. Okay, you'll see what you can do. Yeah, do that Inch Herbivore. Yeah, just because, it just helps for, so I know it's the real Inch Herbivore. It sounds like the true, real Paul Inch Herbivore to me. But yeah, when you see the check mark, there's no question in the back of my head. And when I go into other people's live streams, they know it's really me. Because people have tried to, even imposter like my moderators, like Uncle Walt. Someone made a fake Uncle Walt account. It's like, so that's one reason why I made Uncle Walt a moderator. So I knew for sure it's the real Uncle Walt. Yeah, good point, Dr. Bear. You don't need goat milk. That's one thing she brought up too. It's absolutely unnecessary to drink goat milk. If it were necessary, I would be dead right now, and Hinch Herbivore would be dead, and pretty much everyone in my live stream right now would be dead if humans needed to drink the milk of another species into adulthood. I'm sorry about the 80 billion, Yannicki. It's just true. I'm just trying to raise the true fact for the Cat's Love Broth person saying, hey, an animal might get harmed when we make laptops. So yeah, that totally justifies all the animals that are raised for slaughter. Just kill them all because, an animal might get harmed when we make a laptop. That's what I'm hearing here. the unintentional death justifies the enormous, perverse, non-intentional, the intentional deaths of animal agriculture. Okay, plastic's not necessary too, but how does the fact that humans use plastic justify you needlessly killing animals that you don't need to eat? You can eat plants and get all your nutritional needs met. I don't understand why you're bringing up plastic. Just because plastic exists or computers exist, that does not justify the intentional killing of animals. Good points there, Rays. Yeah, Peter, I know you can do some clicking, but when I do that in the middle of a live stream, I don't want to lose like the web page I'm on and get taken somewhere else. It could interfere with my transmission here. But that's all I'm hearing. She won't answer the question. She just picks up another thing. Pooh, how about plastic? You know, like, no, answer the question. Explain to me. I don't understand it. Pretend I'm a simple person, as I am, an intelligent but simple person. Explain to me how unintentional deaths, like say in the manufacturing of technology, justifies the intentional killing of 80 billion animals a year needlessly for food and leather and stuff like that. Please explain how one justifies the other, how unintentional justifies the gross 80 billion intentional. I'd love to hear it. Now we're talking about drinking milk. We're kind of moving all around here. We're jumping all around here. Cats love broth. And I'm just, well, here, I wish I had the numbers on how many cows are raised. You're talking about goats here. So you're saying exploiting animals for milk, and remember, when animals produce milk, they're pregnant, and unless you're raising your own animals in your own yard or something like that, which I know you're probably going to argue you are, but 99.99999% of people in the live streams here do not raise their own milk producing animals. So what you're doing, you're like a weird case if that's what you're going to argue for. I have no way to disprove that, but I'm going, it doesn't scale. My point is the only way for a female animal to produce milk is that she is pregnant, obviously. They just don't produce milk for no reason. They're impregnated, forcibly impregnated. So there is the exploitation of animal being raised with the intention of being kept under captivity her entire life to be exploited with forced impregnations to produce milk as long as she viably can, as long as the mathematics of the economics works out as far as how much feed it costs to keep her alive. Once the milk production tapers off to a level where it's no longer economically viable, she is slaughtered. That's how it works for 99.99% of dairy animals as well. Yeah, maybe if you raise it in your backyard, things are a little bit different, and good for you, I guess, but you have to admit that doesn't scale. That model doesn't scale in any way, shape, or form. You can't expect humanity to keep animals in their backyard and treat them like pets, but I still have to forcibly impregnate it too. And what happens when it produces a male baby? Do you keep that? And pretty soon you're gonna have a huge freaking farm. No, male babies are useless in dairy. They're slaughtered. They become veal. So anyway, let's see what she has to say about this. And the point is, why do you need to drink milk for? It's unnecessary. Goat milk or cow's milk was designed with one and only one specific purpose in mind. It was designed to take a small animal and quickly make it grow to a big freaking animal, especially if we're talking about a cow. There's no species that drinks the milk of another species. That's gross. You don't see like rats drinking off like a rabbit or something like that, and then to drink it past maturity or adolescence or whatever there's no reason for an adult person online here to say, I need to drink milk. You don't. Unless you're a baby goat or a baby cow, there's zero reason for anyone in this live stream right now to assert with a straight face that they must be drinking milk. You don't. We're just going in circles here. So you're saying you're arguing that consuming animal products is not inherently immoral. Yes, it is. It's inherently immoral. Like I said, unless you have some goat and you keep it in your house, I don't know what you do with the babies, and then it's gonna you're gonna have too many in your backyard. It's inherently immoral. You're gonna have to deal with the babies because remember they have to become impregnated. And when they become pregnant, you produce babies. What do you do with the baby goat? What do you do with the baby cows? Typically, they're killed unless they're female. Then they get put into used to produce milk as well. So the males are instantly killed unless you keep it in your backyard. So your backyard's gonna fill up pretty soon. Every time a baby male is produced, it's basically dead weight, so it's killed, and the females are exploited. Think about if you cats who love broth were raised intentionally to produce milk for the rest of your life. That's what some other human or another alien being produced you, and your only purpose in life was to produce milk for them until you were economically not useful anymore, and then you were sold as a meal for some other person to eat. That's what's going on in dairy. So yeah, you can paint this idyllic picture of go to my own yard, but you're going to have many goats in your own yard after a few pregnancies, and you're eventually going to have to kill the males anyway. So there's no way to get around it. There's inherent exploitation just by the fact of using an animal for its reproductive tract to impregnate it to produce milk so you can sell it or use it. That's exploitation. If we did that to you, that would be exploitation. So if it's wrong to raise a human to milk that human breast for milk, it's wrong to do that to an animal. There's no way around it. There's zero way to get around the inherent cruelty in dairy. Males are always going to be killed, or 99% of the time. 99.99% of the time. And the bottom line is Yoshi Prime drinks, you don't need to drink milk. You don't need to drink milk. You're the only creature on the planet that tries to drink milk of another creature and into adulthood. Yeah, and she keeps saying laptops are a luxury. No, it's not a luxury. This is how I work. If I am not connected to the internet and the outside world, I would have no livelihood. And veganism is not asking people to become homeless or to become unemployed. Remember the words here, as far as possible and practicable. It's not practicable for me to end up on the street for a cause, for veganism, a moral belief. You know, it's veganism not asking you to become some kind of homeless person or a martyr or something like that. It is necessary for me to have my digital devices to create the digital content that I make. Be it music, be it podcasts, be it videos, live streams, you name it. I need technology and I need it. It's necessary. It's not a luxury. It's luxury maybe for someone else, but for some people, these are essential items. So yeah, you can't like just magically cast all technology as unnecessary. For some of us, it's the difference between eating food and paying for our rent and not. Simple as that. It's not a luxury. And it's a big thing. Like, why can't vegans use laptops? Like, everyone else on the planet can use all the computers and technology you want, but somehow vegans have to abstain from technology, abstain from cell phones and communicating on the internet with others. Our voices are not allowed to spread and get out to others. But everyone else in the world, totally cool. That doesn't like that. See, this is the kind of thing where people try to say, oh, veganism means absolute perfection. And to achieve perfection, you have to shut up, you have to get off the internet, not own anything, and just be a wandering homeless person. Like, nope, that's not what veganism is all about. We're activists. That's a waste of our time. I agree with you, Dr. Bear. Let's move on from cats. Cats love broth. We've just been repeating the whole point. She won't acknowledge that there's inherent cruelty in dairy, which she was trying to say, well, dairy's different. Like, no, they're still killing animals in dairy. They kill the female once she's done being economically viable. They kill the males as instantly as soon as they're born, unless they turn them into veal. There's inherent cruelty in dairy. Cows aren't just magically wandering pregnant and producing milk and nothing happens. That's a fairy tale. Barrett, Some vegans have pets, some don't. We're talking about exploiting animals. Again, I hate it when people like Barrett, these non-vegans, think they know what veganism means. Let's look at it again. A philosophy, a way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practicable all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals. So you'd have to make a really bizarre argument how saving an animal from a rescue, an animal that is about to be harmed in the most egregious way, killed. That's what happens in a lot of, like here in Long Beach, the animal rescue place here, the Long Beach Animal, whatever it's called, control. It's not a no-kill shelter. They kill animals. So how is it cruel to take an animal that's about to be killed and give it a loving home where it's not being exploited, it's not being harmed? That totally fits in the definition of veganism. So no, you're full of shit, Barrett. I'm sorry, you don't know what veganism means. You have some bizarre definition. Vegans are against exploiting animals and harming animals. And giving an animal a loving life home, a forever home, is an act of kindness and is not cruel and exploiting. Yeah, we got a lively bunch of anti-vegans today, huh? It would start off really quiet until, I think Race Lever brought them. It was pretty chill for, the first hour. Then Race Lever came, then all hell broke loose once Race Lever came. Race, are you bringing the anti-vegans with you? Let me know, It's weird. Okay, I can't wait to see Barrett's response, how saving an animal from being destroyed basically at a shelter is somehow inherently cruel and exploiting. Love to hear that argument. You came because of them. Okay, Race, maybe so. I didn't see which way the cause and effect went, huh? Yeah, they're out in full force. I guess it took them a little while to realize, oh, Happy Holly Vegan's on right now. He's doing one of those debunked veganisms. I think I got the best argument. The best argument is that, yeah, you vegans have laptops. And I drink goat milk that I raised the goat in my yard. Yeah, I'll show them. Yeah, Graven babies. Yeah, your dogs would not survive in the wild. Yeah, most people's pets would not survive if you let them out into the urban street or into a wilderness where there's predators like coyotes and stuff like that. You're doing the best thing possible, given the circumstances of how they came into existence. You're giving them the best life they possibly can. No, you don't let your animals go free in the wild. They'll be killed. What's wrong with keeping an animal in a place where it's being loved and all its needs are being met? That's your definition. I mean, you shouldn't be talking to vegans, Barry. You should have some new movement like the free all pets movement. But that has nothing to do with veganism. Veganism is a moral stance. Again, I'm showing it to you here because you did not read. It says we're against all forms of cruelty and exploitation of animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. And we're not exploiting the animals, and we're not being cruel to the animals. They're being fed, they're being cared for. So your argument here is completely bogus. Start a new movement. Don't go bag on vegans. This has nothing to do with veganism. You have some bizarre free all pets movement. So make your own movement. Start your own social media. Free all pets. Run for office. You want to become mayor of a town and make every dog owner and cat owner and ferret owner and gopher, or not gopher, but rabbit owners, force them to free all their animals and their fish too. Set their tropical fish out in the streams. Just set all the pets out. That's going to be your thing. But this has nothing to do with veganism, Barrett. So unless you have something else, I'm going to put you in timeout. So we'll see. It's your choice. You want to talk about something else? Cool. If not, I'm going to put you in timeout. All right, Barrett. Hey, Race, can you put Barrett in timeout for me, please? That would be really kind of you, or Uncle Walt. One of you guys, can you just put Barrett in timeout? This has nothing to do with being spayed. We're not talking about that. We're going way off topic here. Don't give him any ideas. Yeah, he'll probably start a movement now. But yeah, get your own .com, freeallpets.com. Whatever you want to do. This is... What is typical vegan nonsense, the one and only? Please share with us. What is typical vegan nonsense? Talk to me. Don't talk to anyone in the live chat. Talk to me right now. Spell it out for me. What is typical vegan nonsense? What are you talking about? That's typical vegan nonsense. Be very clear. Be very precise with your argument. Don't use vague generalities. Be very specific. What are you talking about that is vegan nonsense? And I will address you. And if you don't follow my instructions, we'll probably time you out. Who said a cat has to be vegan? Where in this live stream did I say all cats must be vegan? If anyone follows my my live streams and my videos knows I'm very clear about this. I'm very clear in saying that I don't tell people what to do. Just like the definition of vegan here. It doesn't say what to do about your pets. It's a moral decision that a human comes on their own. It comes to on their own. You decide it's morally wrong to harm and exploit animals. Doesn't mean that your children, if you're a mom or a dad and you're providing food for the family, doesn't mean your children have to be vegan too. If they don't decide in their own minds that it's morally wrong to harm and exploit animals, you can't make your children vegan. And my point too is about pet nutrition. Talk to a pet doctor, what do they call it? Veterinarians, about what's appropriate diet for your pets. I'm not a veterinarian, so I'm not going to tell people what their pets should or should not eat. So don't assume that every vegan has vegan cats or every vegan has non-vegan cats. It's all over the place, bro. So you're just making a straw man argument here that all vegans are harming their cats or dogs or whatever. I know tons of vegans that feed their dogs one way or another way, cats, it's all over the place. So I don't give any recommendations because I'm not an animal health professional. Yeah, and Graven babies, for example, Graven babies. My dogs love their vegan dog food. And I've shown them tons of videos here. We put vegan kibble out for cats, raccoons, opossums, skunks. They love it. They eat the vegan kibble that we put outside for them all. So the one and only, please don't attack Hinch Herbivore, even though he's a big, strong man and an intelligent one at that and can defend himself against these nonsense attacks. But if you have another thing you want to throw at me about vegan nonsense, so we talked about that. We talked about there's no vegan nonsense about vegan dogs and cats, whatever. Each individual owner's got to decide for him or herself what's best for their pet and do it in consultation with a properly trained veterinarian, not some dude on YouTube like me. I'm not properly qualified to tell you how your animal should eat. I've never even seen your animal, and even if I did, I'm not qualified and trained to know anything about it. So again, a one and only. Please don't attack Inch Herbivore, okay? Please, I'm glad you don't have an issue with me, but please, Paul came here to be chill and have fun, and he doesn't need you to give him any shit right now. So if you want to give anyone shit, give it to me. If not, give no one shit. And if you want to ask another question, cool. But if I see you picking on Hinch Herbivore or any of my other guests right now, because these are all guests and this is a safe place. If you want to come here and go da-da-da-da, just do it at me. Don't spray it at my crowd here. These people came for to not get attacked by some rando. So attack me if anyone, and you don't even have to attack me, but saying you're on thin ice right now. Yeah, Brian Kroc, we've heard the appeal to nature fallacy time and time again. Okay, and you can pick on Race Lover too, he said. You only have approval. Me and Race is, it's cool to only pick on us. One and only, I told you, don't talk to the Inch Herbivore anymore. Don't talk to him. Don't do it, okay? Don't talk to him. If I see anything directed to him, that's it, all right? All right, I see other moderators on top of right now too. All right, cool. You're out. Totally cool. Okay, Peter likes being picked on too. So you have Race Lever, me, and Peter. We're all cool with being picked on. Everyone else, you gotta leave them alone. Hey, babe, should we get that dinner flowing? Yeah, I'll get started. All right, cool. Thanks for timing them out, Uncle Walt. God bless you. Uncle Walt timed out someone, yeah. Angie's amused. She's going, wow, Uncle Walt timed someone out. Yeah, Uncle Walt's badass. He times people out. Don't mess with Uncle Walt, man. He'll kick your ass. Kick your ass right out of the live stream. Okay, Angie told me to tell Uncle Walt that Brian just moved. He'll know who Brian is. Brian just moved from one place to another in the same city. Yeah, Brian Croc, it pays to be a big dude, huh? Yeah, I mean, I feel, relatively safe when I walk around places. Like, why would someone come and like try to F with me? I'm 6'4.5" with shoes on, easily 6'5". They'll probably try to pick on someone else too. Let's see, Peter, your comments are cool. I will show it there for you. All right, I think we've calmed down all the anti-vegans for now, huh? They've either been timed out. We'll see. Some of them might just come back. We'll forget about them. But I think we've dealt with them all. So that was kind of fun. Is there any other anti-vegans left? Anyone that I've missed? If you're an anti-vegan in the chat here, please wave your hand and say, hey, you didn't answer this, and I will answer your question. So if there are any anti-vegans, please do so. Yeah, don't bug or attack my people here. Just come and ask your question right at me. But yeah, we may have cleared them all out, huh? Love drinking water.
Hey.
Ah.
Wow, JoJo's really intense.
Oh, you bring me a snack here?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What is Angie bringing me? Some vegan jerky?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Some of Pan's mushroom jerky. Not sponsored.
Come on,
Not sponsored.
Come on, JoJo.
I think you got this like at Sprouts or Imperfect Produce or...
yeah, Imperfect had it.
Yeah, not sponsored by them either, but here we go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys. Come on. JoJo.
Angry Vegan. No, that has not happened.
Come on. Come on, let's go.
Kind of scary now. Someone that might ask me that.
What?
Said, has anyone ever asked you at the supermarket, because I'm told to reach a non-vegan item?
Oh, non-vegan? Oh, no. Someone had to get something down. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. We got potatoes or something, huh?
Come on. Okay. Oh, my gosh.
Raphael, are you serious? Are you joking or serious, Raphael? Let me know if you're just joking around or if you truly believe that claim about plants feel pain when picked. Let me know. A lot of people are just joking about that because it's so ridiculous. But if you truly, sincerely believe that as a true fact about reality, we can talk about that. Wow, we're talking about metaphysics? How'd that get in here, AJ? Or who is it? Yeah, you're talking to someone about metaphysics. Oh, where's our plants feel pain person? What happened to them? Okay, Synagogue of Steak. Tell me how a plant feels pain here. Let's say I'm walking in my neighborhood and I walk past an apple tree and I see some fallen apples onto the ground and I pick one up and eat it. So what's feeling pain? The plants, the actual apple is part of the reproductive system of the tree. I'm not harming the tree. That wants the apple to be eaten so the seeds will get dispersed out into the world and reproduce more trees. So where is the pain happening? Does the reproductive organ itself have pain or does the tree have pain? Please explain this to me, guys. And you too, Raphael. Plants feel, again, what's feeling the pain if I eat the fallen apple, a fallen ripened apple, which nature has designed to fall and have the seeds spread around? What is feeling the pain? Does the tree feel pain that it's separated from, or does the apple, which is a non-conscious, non-sentient thing. It doesn't have like eyes and a brain, a nervous system or anything like that. What is feeling the pain? Yeah, what's the defense system of an apple? Again, remember, an apple is the reproductive organ of a plant, of a tree, basically. So please explain to me, how does the reproductive part of the tree have a defense system? Like, I want to hear this. This is some cool stuff. How is the apple defending itself, Synagogue of State? Please explain to me how the reproductive organ known as an apple or an orange or avocado, what have you, take your pick, whatever fruit you want that is fallen from a tree. How is it defending itself? It's the reproductive part of a tree. Please explain. You want to get out of here, Joe? Hang on 1 second, guys. Come on. All right. I'm back. All right. All right, let's see what's going on here. I've eaten many apples and I've never had cyanide poisoning, but I don't really eat apples that much. Let's say I eat avocados more, which I do. So, how is the avocado trying to kill me if I walked on the street, and I know many streets here where I can find ripe avocados, I pick it up off the ground. What's going on there? How is it trying to kill me? Okay, but I eat apples too, and I've never had cyanide poisoning before. So you're saying we shouldn't eat apples because there's cyanide. Okay, let's say that were true. Let's say I'll never eat an apple again. Let's talk about avocados. There's plenty of avocado trees here. How is the avocado tree trying to kill me? All right, so let's see. Yeah, please, some explain to me how eating the avocado that has fallen from an avocado tree is defending itself, how it's trying to kill me, and how it feels pain. We haven't even got to the part how the avocado feels pain. So I want to hear all these things. I want to learn. Educate me. Pretend I'm a dumb, stupid vegan, but explain things to me in a logical, evidenced, rational way. That's all I ask. Don't make up weird bullshit. Don't make up fantasies. Explain things to me in a logical way, bit by bit, so we can understand it. What percent of plants can we eat? Well, we already looked this up. Let's see if I have the browser tab still open here. Yeah, here. Number of edible plants. According to one site here, it says there's 20,000 species of edible plants in the world. And on here on newscientist.com, it says we eat some 300,000 of the estimated 400,000 plant species right here. So that would be, what, 3/4? So something like that. Basically, there's hundreds of thousands of plants that humans can eat. So you haven't answered my question. So I answered your question. So please explain to me, how does the fallen avocado from the avocado tree experience anything remotely like pain? I would love to hear this. And I really want to hear this. And I don't see how the percentage is relevant in our case here. I mean, we're talking about pain. Who cares what percentage of plants are edible or not? You made a bold claim that plants feel pain. So tell me how my avocado feels pain. I'm all ears. And if you talk about some other bullshit, I'm going to block you. Yeah, good point, Ensure, before. Yeah, I'm going to repeat it. What percent of animals don't have an emotional reaction to being exploited and murdered? That would be 0%. Okay? Let's just make that really clear. All animals have a reaction, emotional pain reaction to being murdered. I don't think any avocados have any reaction to me picking it up off the ground and eating it. Just saying. Unless you have a really weird definition of pain. Let's hear it. Synagogue of Steak. You're on very thin ice here. Maybe you answered the question after I demand of you. So don't even talk. You're in my show. This is my live stream, and you will do as I say because you're already going off on a bullshit tangent. Please explain to me how the fallen avocado from an avocado tree feels pain. And also how it defends itself. I want to hear this. If you talk about steak and crap like that, you're gone. I'm gonna not only block you, I'll just ban you. All right, so please answer my question, and if you can't, you can leave or we'll block you. It's your choice. Raphael, have you ever talked to a scallop or a clam? You missed out. We already talked about bivalves, so we're not even going to go down that. We spent like the first 20 odd minutes talking about bivalves today, so you're too late on that one, Raphael. So Raphael he's picking shit up and throwing it on the wall. He's just seeing what sticks. At first he was talking about plants feeling pain. He never answered that. You too, Raphael. You and the steak dude, you have to answer my questions if you want to play with me. If not, I will send you away. If you want to try to debunk veganism, let's do it. Tell me how these plants feel pain. Tell me how a fallen avocado from an avocado tree feels pain and how it's defending itself. I would love to hear this. You're not answering my questions. This is my show. You answer my questions. I'm not going to let you just come here and just keep throwing shit on the wall and seeing what sticks. That's funny, intro before. I hope they have hand sanitizer, because they are pooping a lot in their hands. They just keep pooping in their hands, picking up, throwing on the wall. They're going to say something else next, right? They're not going to answer my question. Right? Let's see. They're probably thinking right now, gee, how can I explain how that avocado feels pain and how it's defending itself? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that stupid shit because it's completely wrong. They're thinking, huh? I'm waiting to see what they say. I'm delighted to wait for them, as long as we don't have to wait too long. Raphael, you didn't answer my question. My sister is vegan, and that's cool. I even ate an Impossible Burger last week. That's great, awesome, but you didn't answer my question. You came here loudly shouting to us all that plants feel pain and they're defending themselves, and you've not offered any evidence. So please tell me how an avocado feels pain. Does the tree feel pain? Does the fruit feel pain? Do they both feel pain? And what's defending itself? I want to hear this. Right, so I assume they can actually coordinate pooping into the hand properly and everything, huh? It is a big assumption, huh? Yeah, if Raphael's not listening to me, he has no business being here. You know, he's just going to waste all our time. I'm still waiting for that steak dude. What happened to Mr. Steak Man here? He's not answering the questions either. Did he get caught with the poop flinging? He's like all stuck, his poo's in his hand, and he can't type anymore because he's got all the poo stuck on his hand. I don't know. That's what happens when you fling poo on the wall all day. I'm right. I didn't even make any argument, Raphael. I just said, I don't understand. Maybe you believe that I'm right in the sense that an avocado does not feel pain. The tree doesn't feel pain. The avocado doesn't feel pain. There's no defense mechanism in the avocado. All right, try it out for a week, but I'm saying the plant is not feeling pain. And you're not killing the avocado either. And you're not killing the tree when you eat the avocado. All right, so that's Raphael. Where's the steak guy? Is the steak guy gone? Yeah, Yoshi Prime, yeah, they're totally okay with the animals feeling pain and being slaughtered, but it's funny how these people who are totally cool with animals being killed strangely and suddenly become plant activists. I've said this many times. These guys put themselves out there as plant activists, you know, like, oh, fighting for the rights of these sentient plants, but they're not even vegan or vegetarian, but all of a sudden plants are all of a sudden to be defended. The voiceless plants need humans to speak up for them. Plant activists always get me. You know, they're never animal activists, but they're plant activists. I bet these guys, like, you know, pay a gardener to mow their lawn too. Yep, Max Base, you're right. Most of these anti-vegan arguments are just completely lame. They're knuckleheads. They're put out there by knuckleheads. That's the term I came up with. Thanks for reminding me, Graven Babies. The knuckleheads. All these knuckleheads coming out. Yeah, the steak guy's a bye-bye, huh? I guess he couldn't really defend his position and didn't want to get embarrassed, so I can't say I blame him for leaving. That's cool. You know, come here, throw crap on the wall and go away. You know, it's cool. The purpose of the stream, Raphael, is to answer questions of vegans, and I answered many vegans' questions. Secondly, if someone like yourself believes they have some great piece of knowledge or an argument, a logical, valid argument with a conclusion that follows from the premises that preceded it. If you think you have an argument that debunks veganism, we will listen to it and see how it fares once we start looking at the evidence that supports or doesn't support it, and seeing if it just makes any logical sense, if it withstands the scrutiny of critical thinking. That's what the purpose of this live stream is. If you want to get converted to veganism as a result of that, cool, totally awesome. But I really want to hear these anti-vegan arguments, and I left this on. Anti-vegan arguments, and see if they hold any water, or are they full of holes. That is the purpose. I'm not attacking you, Raphael. I just wanted to hear your argument. That's it. That's what it's all about. I'm trained in philosophy PhD dropout, and I use my critical thinking skills and cross-reference that with evidence, fact-based information, to see if these anti-vegan claims can withstand the scrutiny of facts and critical thinking. That's all we're trying to do right now. Oranges screaming when they're juice. So tragic. I know, these plant activists. You really got to feel for these plant activists, right? You know? Yeah, arguing is not attacking. Great point, Brian. I'm examining your argument. I'm trying. A lot of times, like, you anti-vegans come here and you don't have a fully developed argument. So I'm trying to ask you questions so I can try to construct your argument, because you are not trained enough to make your own logical arguments. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying, and then we debunk it. We analyze it, and more often than not, debunk it. Yeah, good point, Exit Dragon. We can debunk these asinine arguments, but does it really make any effect on them? No, they're going to be anti-vegan still. You know why? Because facts don't matter. Evidence doesn't matter. Critical thinking doesn't matter. All that matters is their opinion. Their opinion is fixed, and no amount of truth will alter that opinion, unfortunately. For some people, maybe. For the vast majority of these anti-vegans, facts don't matter. You know, I'm bald. According to anti-vegans, I'm bald. And according to anti-vegans, all my muscles have deteriorated over the years of being vegan. Like, nope, facts don't matter. Anthony, you want to rescue plants? Start a plant rescue, huh? Good point, Peter. Yeah, plants feel pain. Yeah, you would think they would have evolved some ability to maybe run away from pain or something like that, huh? Yep, the God. You brought up why these guys are plant activists. You nailed it. Just an excuse to justify continuing murdering animals. Yeah, Travis, veganism is debunked because I'm older now than I used to be. Because, yeah, vegans have this unique, bizarre property of aging through time. You know, apparently non-vegans don't have that property. Just vegans do. Only vegans get older over time, I've learned. Yeah, you should be dead according to anti-vegans, Brian. Yeah, they're all telling me I should be, since, you know, all these essential nutrients and meat and stuff, and I haven't had any in over 11, 12 years. And you're right, Race. Yeah, veganism harms just eating plants. Just the whole practice of eating plants and not feeding these plants to animals and humans. Just feeding the plants to humans requires fewer plants to be harmed and feeling pain or whatever. So if they truly cared about having the fewest amount of plants being harmed and feeling pain, you would support veganism, because that would require the least amount of plants to be produced. Oh, philosophers that supported animal rights. Wow, I can't think of it. I guess I wasn't vegan when I was studying philosophy, but I can't recall any great philosophers through the ages, through the history of philosophy, that are really like that mentioned anything about that. Maybe some ancient Greek ones. I thought maybe there's some talk about like Pythagoras, even though that might not be a person per se. It might just be a school of thought, a group of guys. I thought Pythagoreans are maybe vegetarians. I can't remember. If someone wants to Google that, that's cool. Eating bugs? Yeah, there's no need to eat bugs, Max. I'm not sure why someone would need to eat bugs. Oh, Max Space. No, Hitler was not a vegan. That's misinformation there. He had his own butcher. He probably had a butler too. Yeah, Lifting Vegan Logic. I follow him on Twitter. Yeah, he makes all sorts of funny comments about these anti-vegan knuckleheads too. Made a funny video about this topic. Re-aging while being vegan. Yep. Thanks for recommending the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, Dr. Bear. Thank you. Good, solid whole foods here. No Beyond Burgers, which some anti-vegans think is all we eat. Black Devil. What nutrients? What are you talking about there? What do you think? Earthing the Edge of Philosopher? I'm a philosopher too. Okay, race. Yes, I thought Pythagoras. There was some mention of him being into meatless diets. I don't know if they had dairy or not in ancient Greece. I have no idea, but believed all living beings had souls. Cool. I thought Pythagoras was like one of the only ones I remember any attribution to, like, not harming animals. Besides, in Western philosophy, if you go into Eastern philosophy, there's more of that. Ooh, I want to see his deleted message now. Let's see. Black Devil. Should I ban your ass? He said go vegan and die. That's just complete bullshit. I mean, I've been vegan 11 years. When am I going to die, Black Devil? Have you seen my blood tests? Have you seen my testosterone levels? Have you seen my athleticism and fitness? All my doctors say, you're going to die, Ryan. That vegan diet is killing. No, they say the opposite. They go, whatever you're doing is working. Because most guys your age are on a bunch, like 3 pharmaceutical prescription medications. They have high blood pressure. They have, they're diabetic, pre-diabetic. None of that stuff going on here. So, excuse me, I didn't get the memo. How am I going to go die? I've been doing this 11 years. I'm healthier than guys my age who are not vegan. So again, what's going wrong with me, Mr. Anti-Vegan guy? What's up? What do you know that I don't know? It's like go vegan and freaking kick ass. That's what I've been experiencing. No, Hitler had a butcher. Yannick G had a butcher. So yeah, not too many vegetarians have butchers. Yeah, if we want to talk about testosterone, Henning, who's that you're talking to? Henning Ogard. Who's that dude? I forgot his name already. Black Devil. Ooh, you're supposed to scare us. Yeah, Fincher before, guy in his 60s, vegan for life. He didn't get the memo either that he's supposed to be done. Yeah, we will all die. Vegans will die, just like meat eaters will die. Vegan is not like immortality or anything like that. It's true, but it's not like a premature death. In fact, studies have shown vegans have on average 10 years of healthier life compared to non-vegans. So, yeah, we're all going to die someday. It's not like news or anything like that, but not prematurely because of veganism. Anyway, he's gone. I see Uncle Walt timed him out. So, Black Devil, if you want to bring any facts or evidence back after your timeout, you're welcome to. But if you're just going to come here and just say stupid shit that's completely not based in reality, not based in evidence, just repeat complete nonsense, you can have a problem. But if you have an argument you want to make, feel free to make a logical argument, a sound, valid, logical argument. If you're just going to say stupid shit, though, just vegans die. That's just complete stupid, and we will not only time you out again, I'll ban your ass. So I'm saying, yeah, if you're anti-vegan, you're welcome to come here and try to debunk veganism, but you have to do it under my terms, which means defend your position. That's all I ask. Show me your argument, and we will examine it. But if you just want to come here and throw poop on the walls, we'll kick your ass out of here, because that's not what this is. You're not sold on the everyone's going to die one day race? I know you're not. You're level 999 vegan at least. So, you have that immortality thing going on. Jesse 12 string, your dentist asked you what medications you're on at 56. You said none. She was shocked. Yeah, it just shows you how normal it is for people our age in our 50s to be on multiple medications. And they're shocked when we're not. So that's normal to be on a bunch of medications. So maybe you should revise your thing. Don't go vegan and die. Just saying, maybe that makes more sense, right? Oh man, what's his name again? The guy who played Dylan in 90210. What's his name? I know it's Dylan. I know he was in that Archie show recently too. God, what's his name? Oh man, I'm having a vegan brain fart. He was vegan? I didn't know that though. Huh. Feel sorry for him. Not that he's vegan, but he passed away recently. See if any of you guys can produce his name for me. God, I know his name. Luke Perry. Thank you so much. Yeah, did he? Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I remember this now. I thought he went plant-based for a health reason later on in life, but that's not why he died. I thought he was trying to treat something or something like that. Anyway, yeah, I'm not too excited about nanotech. I'm with you on that one, Race. Yeah, I'm not too excited about having nanotech flowing through my body and stuff like that. Not looking forward to becoming a cyborg or something. Brian Kroc, you just keep waiting. Your vegan powers will kick in. Everyone's is different. It's like Pokemon. Everyone has a certain vegan power. Race lovers ended up being immortality, but maybe you'll have something else. Maybe you'll have like X-ray vision, or you might be able to fly or something like that. Who knows? Maybe you'll turn into a flying dinosaur. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? Yeah, mayor of New York City is vegan. Forgot his name, but yeah, he's vegan. A lot of immortals in this chat, huh? Yeah, XSB12 gives me superpowers too, huh? Yeah, if you had the neural link, huh? Travis points out, imagine the endless amount of ads you'd have shoved in your brain. Yeah, I'm totally not into neural linking technologies. Maybe some augmented reality glasses and stuff might be cool or something like that, but actually having an implant in your brain and having it connect with, that just sounds, no, a big no on that one. That's a good power to have, Herb Evans. I think I have that one too. Brian Adams, vegan and hates popcorn. Interesting. What ads? We're talking about like advertisement ads, like, the little videos you see before YouTube videos, the ones that you really want to see, the stuff like that. That's what he's talking about, I think. Oh man, I must have missed that one. Vegan Atheist 21. The logic of veganism is infallible. If you're still watching, Vegan Atheist, I'm sorry I may have missed your super chat comment there, but thank you so much. Wow. Brian Adams doesn't even want popcorn made at his shows. That's wild. How does he hate the smell of it or something like that? That's pretty strong. Oh, someone thinks vegans can't get vitamin D. Well, thank you, Racelover, for pointing out. Yeah, sunlight is a well-known way to get vitamin D. I'm not making this up. You go to any WebMD or Healthline website, it tells you that. Thing is, yeah, you can't get it at every latitude. Somewhere around the latitude of 33, 34 degrees, you're not going to get enough UV ray in the deepest parts of winter. Then take a vitamin D supplement. This is true if you're vegan or not. It's not that hard, to take a supplement if you need to. And just get your blood tested. See how you're doing. That's what I do. Yeah, ads being beamed straight into the brain. That's what we're talking about Neuralink. Oh man, I'm getting close to finishing my water here, man. All right, so any more questions? I've been on a hell long time tonight. 3 hours, holy moly. 3 hours and 14 minutes. I gotta get going. I got business to do still tonight. Like have dinner and yeah, I gotta get some more. I gotta get going, guys. I didn't realize it's already 9 o'clock. Holy moly. I guess the anti-vegans kept me going tonight. Jeez, I want to thank the anti-vegans for getting me all adrenalized, and time just kind of went by really quickly for me here. But yeah, Angie, yeah, she got tonight. If you wonder what we're making, I'll show you. It's the first recipe in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, the Tuscan kale peel off here. Before we got the live stream going, I got our pressure cooker out, put in the rice. Tonight we had a wild rice mix and washed it, got the water set, and I told her, okay, when you're ready, put the veggies in and hit 21 minutes on the pressure cooker. So it's probably getting close to done about now. So that's what we're having tonight. We really eat what's in here, guys. You know, this is no bullshit. This is how we really eat. I know real vegans do 4-hour live streams, but I guess I'm not a real vegan tonight. But I want to thank you guys, especially my moderators tonight, Ray Slever and Uncle Walt, for putting people in timeout that deserved it. I probably let a few of them go a little longer than they should. And I respect you guys for putting them in timeout and stuff. I don't mind you overriding me, is what I'm saying. If I'm still engaging them, just put them in timeout. If you're thinking they needed to put in timeout, they probably should have been put in timeout earlier, and my bad. So thank you guys. Hey, Giggles! I'm glad you like the Tuscan kale peel-off. Awesome. Yeah, it's one of our, I don't know if I want to call it favorite recipes, but it's one we just go to. I think hardly a week goes by where we don't make the Tuscan kale peel-off. You know, it's a common dish around here, just like the khichdi from the Keep It Carb Baby book. So thanks so much, Giggles, for your generous super chat tip there. So I was going to say, let's see, and thanks, Giggles. If all the donations that we got tonight, we're gonna use it. Angie's birthday is next week. If you want to leave a last minute donation now, it'd be cool because we're gonna go probably to Disneyland and eat all their lunar, Chinese, Asian New Year dishes. They got a few new vegan dishes for Asian New Year, so we're gonna go around her birthday for that. So yeah, anything you guys want to contribute, we'll appreciate that because they have good vegan options there, but it ain't cheap. None of their food's cheap there, really. They're not known for bargain discount food or anything. But anyway, thanks, guys. For everything tonight. Yeah, I think we'll be able to, I'm looking at what we got tonight. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We'll be able to buy some good vegan dishes, especially after Giggles' last contribution there. So as far as next week, we have a few videos in the works, actually. We have a new vlog. We went out this week to the desert, once again, the California desert, and a beautiful day, and ate some great vegan food, did a beautiful hike. So we just documented our road trip. Nothing revolutionary or anything, but just want to see what we're doing out in the world, having some fun. You can watch that. So that should be out early next week. Hopefully I'll get another live stream in around Tuesday-ish of next week. You know, maybe I'll get it a different time, try to come on a little earlier for European viewers, but I'll try to get a midweek one. But yeah, Friday, back again. We'll do another, try to debunk veganism. I'm trying to make the Tuesday one more like Ask a Vegan Anything, and then Friday, just save it for the anti-vegans. But feel free on Fridays. You can ask anything vegan-related, by the way. It's not just trying to get anti-vegans to debunk veganism. So anyway, guys, thank you. Oh, cool. Atomic Vegan. I'll let you know. Giggles and Atomic Vegan at the last second came through with a couple last second donations for our Disneyland vlog. So you'll see another vlog probably the week after that, after next week, of Angie's Disney birthday vlog. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Yeah, so those are planned for next week. A new vlog from the desert, live stream midweek, and then another Friday live stream, and more content on the way after that. So thanks, everyone. I appreciate all your support, both not only the donations, just being here, spending time and asking questions and leaving great comments in the live chat. You guys are awesome. You guys, so honestly, the best fans and viewers that we can have. It's not the quantity, it's the quality, and you guys are definitely quality. It's always fun. I always look forward to Fridays. I don't know if you guys believe me or not, but I really do look forward to Fridays. It's like, oh, cool, I'm doing my big Friday live stream. Yes, So yeah, it's this is something I really enjoy. I look forward to every week. Hopefully you guys do as well too. All right, so yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to tell y'all. Our books are still on sale for the rest of the month. I know there's a few more days our Veganuary sale. Let me just put the link to that in case anyone wants to get a copy of the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook for slightly less. And actually you can get our teas, anything for $25 or more. If you use our Veganuary code, it should take $5 off your order. If not, contact me and we'll work it out, guys. So anyway, guys, much love. Until next time, let's remain happy, healthy, and vegan. All right. Bye, guys.